Peak Hour, 7 to midnight. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
The dog days continue. Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash on The Fan for the next 4 hours up until the Carton Show with Big Mac, and I believe a day at Jet Camp for the boys this afternoon. Plenty to get into. Are the Miracle Mets back? Posted and toasted. A wild play last night in Major League Baseball we'll get into.
Which I still don't understand.
I still don't understand, but I've parsed through it. And the NBA schedule's out. But Tiki, I woke up today really early. Only one in my house today. Rare morning for me.
Wait, nobody's in your house
No.
and you woke up early?
I woke up early, 5:40 this morning. I said, all right, I'm going to get my workout in this morning. I did that, but I woke up early and I went outside. Let me check on the pool, do that kind of stuff. The sun's rising, and I smelt the air. I felt the air. And this wasn't just me wanting to talk about it. It was my actual feeling. I said, oh, my God, the thunderstorm last night that cooled off all the humidity, I know this feeling. This is Sunday morning of the NFL in September and October.
Stop it.
That's what it felt like.
It was still humid as hell.
Not where I don't know why. Maybe it was 5:40 in the air. Now, it won't be that way when we leave here today, but I had football in my mind. And so then I spend the majority of my morning, like I always do, basically pleasuring parts of me to Giants training camp reports, and I did exactly that.
What?
I was reading about the offense yesterday and Jaxson Dart getting a big hand because he slid and after he tweaked his ankle. And I've noticed a lot of things here, Tiki. The Giants have gotten nicked up in this camp, but they haven't gotten a significant injury. The way, knock on wood for now, not the way other teams have suffered it. And I kind of like it. I kind of like that Jaxson Dart twists his ankle. I kind of like that Brian Burns kind of went through it. I kind of like, a little Greg Newsome knee bang up, but he's all right. Because I feel like the Giants and this John Harbaugh training camp, we're learning something here as they've now left West Virginia. Harbaugh's putting them through it, man.
Yeah.
He's putting it through it. They're getting banged up, but they're getting hurt but not injured, or injured but not hurt.
No, you said it right. Are you hurt or are you injured?
Yeah.
It's easy. When you're hurt, something hurts.
Yeah.
But you can still do stuff. When you're injured, then something's wrong and you probably need an MRI or you need some kind of procedure. So you're right. They're getting hurt. You know what we call that? We used to call it callousing. You used to callous yourself, like when you worked in the garden and your hands were all raw and you get these big bumps on your hands and they're rough and they feel like crap on your wife's beautiful body. But you didn't care.
Off and running.
You didn't care.
No.
Because you know why? Your hands were tough as hell and you could do whatever you wanted. That's how it used to be. Football's gotten, let's face it, it's gotten soft. There's a reason that we see so many injuries in the beginning of seasons name the team. And you're not spending your offseason grinding away. Then you get to training camp and you grind some more. Then the regular season starts. You're rested. You're ready to go. And you're strong. Like you're built for it. And it carries you for the entirety of a season all the way through, hopefully, January. John Harbaugh is that kind of coach. And it's not for everybody. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Like kids and even veterans now in the NFL have gotten used to just kind of brother-in-lawing it.
Yeah. Country club, as they say.
Country clubbing it through training camp. And I can't tell you how disgusting that feels to me. Because I liked getting hurt. I liked having a groin injury. I liked having my knee swell up. I liked having my shoulders feel like they were banged around. Because ultimately they got better, and then I didn't worry about it anymore.
Exactly. And I knew, obviously, this was going on with Harbaugh, but it got my brain fast-forwarding a little bit, Tiki. The other piece of news I saw this morning was the Cowboys coming to an extension with our former friend here with the Jets, Quinnen Williams, on a monster deal. Fourth highest AAV, over $100 million guaranteed in terms of defensive tackles, fourth highest AAV. And there's something about the Cowboy fan that's in New York. They're around us. They're kind of like when you bring your garbage pail out. They're your neighbor. They're your cousin. They're your friend. You hear them call the station. They're around us, Tiki.
Yeah, of course.
We can't live around them. And
yeah, they're not loud and obnoxious, but you see the star on the back of their truck.
Right, exactly. And they're loud and obnoxious in the way. And they've kind of, in many ways, left us alone the last 10 years, and deservedly so, right? Like, the Giants have stunk other than those 2 years, 2016 and 2022. And I could tell the combination of this Harbaugh camp and the Giants being back, something's beginning to happen in my life.
What is that?
And I'm sure it's happening in some of your lives at 888-808-1019. The Cowboy fan is starting to acknowledge us again. And what I mean by acknowledge us is, look, the Giants have played the Cowboys 100 times in openers, and it used to be a lot of fun leading up. It would be Eli, it'd be Romo. Man, we are a month out, and I'm starting to get the Cowboy fan chirp tweets and texts with you. Hey, Harbaugh took over. You ready to play us? You ready to play us? Boy, you never used to care when the Giants played the Cowboys. You used to be, Dak will go do his thing. And now that brought me back to this hard-nosed training camp. And I've said this numerous times. The Giants' schedule after their first 2 games lightens up, that I will not panic. I will not flinch if the Giants are 0-2 where I would have in past years. But by golly, Tiki, something's changing in me. And maybe that's just my desire for Giants football to get here. But if you're going to grind your guys in training camp and get the hurt but not injured and the calluses, I got to think a lot of that is the preparation that you, from game one, are ready to go out there and compete and maybe catch a Brian Schottenheimer-led Cowboy team that maybe didn't grind as hard, played a little more of a country club approach. So I say this here, on August 11, 2026, I am now flipping my mindset, and I no longer expect the Giants to be 0-2. I am starting to garner this expectation. As long as the Giants don't remain without one of these big injuries, they should go be prepared to beat the Dallas Cowboys on opening day and shut these Cowboy fans the hell up.
So you're raising your expectations based on the adult in the room and John Harbaugh.
Yes, because
the growth and culture that's being brought to this team by the John Harbaugh. And by the way, that's what's happening inside the Giants locker room. There's no way that the Giant organization is looking at this season going, well, we'll see what happens.
Right.
They are preparing to be great. And even if you fall short of it, that's what John Harbaugh's teams do. If they don't, we talked about this a couple days ago, how 2 years ago they started their season against the Kansas City Chiefs and the Raiders, and they lost those 2 games in Baltimore, and it was disappointing. Like all of a sudden, everybody was down on the Baltimore Ravens. They ran 12 games that year, and them going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so, this is who John Harbaugh is and what he brings to a team. So you know that they expect to win week 1.
Yeah,
absolutely expect to win week 1.
And winning week 1 changes a lot because we haven't won a lot of that. And I say we as Giant fans and Giants, the players, the team, the organization, and that's why those week 1 wins stand out. And there's no secret that winning week 1 a lot of times can correlate and jump starting a playoff run. I mean, 2022, last time they made the playoffs, they had that crazy win in Tennessee in week 1.
That's right. Went for it at the end of the game.
2016, Ben McAdoo's first game. They went into Dallas in week 1. Victor Cruz scores a touchdown. They beat the Cowboys. We all went out, and the Giants were off and running. You get that first win in your pocket early, it changes a lot. And when you look back at the end of a season, if a team does win 8 games or 9 games or 10 games, oftentimes if you get to that 9-10 win threshold, look back. I bet you those teams have won a lot of week 1, and it's changed a lot. So look, Tiki, I still don't know really what to expect long-term of the Giants, and this is the number that I keep throwing out there. I am shooting for an 8-9 type of season. And if that's me underselling the New York Giants this year, I'll live with that and them surpass expectations.
Right. It's better to be surprised than disappointed.
But through navigating however they get there, I look at training camp and I just look at the way it's done, and I think back to 2023 when the Cowboys just kicked the Giants' teeth in on opening night, and it was like 40-0 or whatever it was. The blocked field goal went the other way. Like, I have nightmares about that game. The time is now with John Harbaugh in his first camp to show this team, and for the team to show him back that putting in this kind of work and this kind of effort in August will pay dividends immediately. Well, and can you imagine how different a season will feel if the Giants actually beat the freaking Dallas Cowboys on opening night?
Well, the question then would be, what do you do going into Monday night in Los Angeles?
I'll worry about that after I win week 1.
But here's what this training camp does. It gives you the confidence that you've worked as hard, maybe even harder than your opponent.
Yeah.
Because that's ultimately what, from the cliche standpoint, and I use that word loosely because we all live as athletes via cliches. They're stupid as hell, but they're true to us. Mm-hmm. And it makes you believe that what you're doing is going to ultimately lead to success. And so buying into the cliche, buying into we're going to work harder than that guy, and because we worked harder than that guy, I have the advantage over that guy. That's the mentality that as a football player, not a baseball player, not a basketball player, a game that is physically demanding, physically combative against another human being, you have to have a mental edge.
Yep.
And so much of good coaching is obviously providing guys with the X's and O's and giving them an understanding of how a play is supposed to work and what you're supposed to do. But it is also creating a mental edge that, even when it gets hard, I'm better than that guy.
Yes.
And it's when you start thinking and knowing and playing like I'm better than that guy, that's when good things start to happen. I can remember when it happened to me. Like, ultimately, I was just like, I know I'm better than you. It's why when people always talk about, oh, do you care about steroids and guys doing? I was like, I don't care. I'm better than you.
That's it.
Right? And as soon as a majority of the Giants get that I'm better than you, not this, we suck, we're a losing team, our organization has been crap for a decade. As soon as that's gone and cleared out, and by the way, I think John Harbaugh opened this void for all of that crap to go flying out the window.
Disease of losing. He's removed that tumor.
As soon as you start saying, I'm better than you, that's when you start winning collectively as a team.
Yeah, and the other part of this would be, who the hell are the Dallas Cowboys and who do their fans think they are? Because we are now in our annual, hey, it's the first week of preseason football build-up to flip on the TV, flip on YouTube, flip on the digital stuff. You will see people beginning to go, it's the Cowboys year again.
Yeah.
It's the Cowboys year again. Who the hell are the Cowboys? Because last year, in their first year of Braun Schottenheimer leading the way, their defense was atrocious. Now, albeit Dak Prescott was all world. And
Right.
George Pickens, Elam, you respect the hell out of them. I understand that. This is not the same offensive line it once was. And Quinnen Williams, great pickup. They added him. Obviously, Kenny Clark they traded for with the Parsons deal. I expect their interior of the line to be good. It picked up the pace later on. That secondary still leaves a lot to be desired. They did add, obviously, Caleb Downs in the draft. Their edge rushers, they've invested, but not really big-ticket guys. These are like free agents and rookies and everything that goes with it. I look at the Dallas Cowboys, and I look at that roster and I go, look, it's one thing for you to look at the Giants schedule and go, man, the Rams in L.A. on a Monday night in week 2 is tough. It's a whole nother thing just to chalk up an automatic loss to the Dallas Cowboys in your freaking building when John Harbaugh's worked this hard. So, Tiki, look, I'm just going to say it and scream it from the mountaintops. I sit here today on August 11th going, while I'm trying to be reserved in my expectations, if we're going to go through this kind of camp, I want to know who the hell the Dallas Cowboys are that the Giants can't beat them in week 1, and I'm raising the bar. Go 1-0. Let's go 1-0.
I mean,
and we're having a completely different feel this season right off the jump.
Everybody wants that, obviously.
Of course they want it.
Everybody believes
Forget
that
about
can
wanting
happen.
and believing it. Go get it.
Yeah, of course. But that's still, I'm not even thinking about the
I am,
Cowboys.
damn it. The air was crisp this morning, and I got too many Dallas Cowboys stars in the back of pickup trucks on Long Island.
I'm thinking about the Giants and Minnesota Vikings in preseason game this week.
Oh, calm down. Jameis Winston will throw a couple touchdowns. They'll be all right. Brian Flores bringing blitzes.
Yeah, the Cowboys are the immediate target, obviously, because they're game number 1.
Yeah.
But there's still questions to be solved around this team. There's still issues that need to be addressed. There's growth that still needs to happen with Matt Nagy and Jaxson Dart and this offense, and whether or not Malik Neighbors is going to be ready by week 1, and who the hell is starting at cornerback. Either one of them, by the way, because Deontay Banks is sometimes looking better than Paulson Adebo.
And I don't know who that's an indictment on more.
Yeah, right, but it is what it is. Like, there's still a lot of question marks on this team. Everything is new. New staff, new people, a lot of young players. But I think from a 30,000 foot viewpoint, the one thing that you know is right is that John Harbaugh is creating a professionalism that we didn't have before. There is a grinding nature to this that we didn't have before, and you have to feel good about it.
You have to.
But I need to see how it translates into action. And by the way, even though you're right, on Saturday at Giant Stadium, when the Minnesota Vikings come to town, it's the preseason game. Jaxson Dart probably is not going to play. Cam Scatterboo's probably not going to play. We know Malik Neighbors isn't going to play. Who knows if Tremaine Edmonds and Arvell Reese and all these guys.
Yeah.
Who knows, right? But I think even watching the backups play is going to tell you a lot about what this team is built from. That you can tell how good a team is by how the replacements, the backup guys, play when they get their opportunity.
You expect the backups to strictly play on Saturday?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I haven't heard anything.
It's hard to figure with John Harbaugh because historically he hasn't played his guys.
Week 2 preseason, I played the Dolphins. Remember, they have the joint practices. So they're going to go through that in joint practices, then play them too? I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know. It's fascinating, but it has to be fired up. Football really is on the horizon, and obviously the Jets will play as well. And I did have one Jet note, and again, the Carton Show, Carton, Chris, they are out at Jet Camp today. The Jet depth chart got released, and I know they're awaiting, I think tomorrow's the joint practice with the Bucks.
Yes.
I know both you and I are higher on them than Jet fans, but it was jarring seeing Cade Klubnik listed as quarterback 2 behind Geno Smith, knowing, like, Cade Klubnik hasn't exactly lit up camp by all intentions.
He hasn't separated himself from Brady Cook or Bailey Zappi. Dude,
I just keep coming back to this. That room, and if you have positivity, the Jets, like 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. I'm not trying to pour. I know I've just had this whole ramp up to the Giants. This is a massive preseason from the Jet quarterback position starting on Friday night. Like, I'm assuming Cade Klubnik is going to play a ton. If he is really going to enter the year, not as a veteran, as your quarterback 2, as a mid-round draft pick as a rookie, and you have Geno Smith, who has this history of turnovers the last couple of years, it feels like you really need to see something starting on Friday night from Cade Klubnik to make you feel any kind of conviction that this room is not going to be the end-all, be-all, and have this team go from maybe if you think it's bad to outright disaster this year.
I mean, I can't see outright disaster, especially because of how talented offensively they are.
But if Geno's throwing 3 picks a game?
Yeah, but that's the issue. That's what we can't control.
And you're going to pull him for a 4th-round rookie who struggled in camp?
No, of course not. You got to give him. He's got runway, and that's unfortunate, but it's the reality. Geno Smith is your guy.
Yeah,
take him or leave him, ride or die, whatever you want, whatever idiom you want to use. He's your guy. And by the way, Aaron Glenn has forced him to be your guy. He's going to take you to the promised land. Remember that
promised land? Yes,
the promised land. Like, it's got to be Geno Smith, and so the Jets are in an interesting spot because this is what it feels like, according to all the odds that we talked about yesterday, the first coach likely to be fired, it's Aaron Glenn. So there is pressure on this team, but it's not an ideal team to have pressure on.
Like, I just feel like he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
Yeah, that guy.
Bear with me because I've mentioned this name before on social media. Are you aware of the account Ricky Scoops?
No.
Okay. So Ricky Scoops is this dog with a football hat avatar, who deletes and then reactivates an account every so often and usually comes out with some kind of, hey, this is the rumor I've heard on the NFL. And I'll give him this. A lot of times,
what he says is it's true?
Yeah, and then he kind of vanishes. And I've talked to a couple reporters in the NFL that believe this is some kind of connection to a certain agency that knows what's going on. That, like, may just be an employee and, like, loves the idea of being, like, a mystery man on Twitter. Now, there are times he throws something out there, and I think he does it without getting, like, a double source, so it's like one person told him kind of deal. 23 hours ago, this is kind of went a little bonkers. And I bring this up with the Jet quarterback room.
I think I heard this.
Shador Sanders will not make the 53-man roster. The Cleveland Browns are seeking a trade or will cut him. They are not happy with his production and attitude, and they do not want to roster 4 quarterbacks.
So you're bringing this back to the Jets.
Well, I just brought up that quarterback room.
If you're the Jets and your quarterback room is not ideal as it is.
Nope.
Why would you bring in Shador Sanders if he has an attitude problem and his work ethic or whatever the heck this report says from Ricky Scoops? Why would you want that guy?
You believe in Frank Reich?
I do believe in Frank Reich. But I don't know if Shador Sanders or Deion Sanders believes in Frank Reich.
Okay.
Or trusts Frank Reich to make him into the quarterback that he's destined to become. He just needs the right opportunity. See, I think that might be the issue with Shador Sanders, is that he wants to be the man without earning the being the man. And because of where he was drafted, I don't care what mistakes teams made in not drafting Shador Sanders. You are a victim of where you were drafted. If you were drafted in the first round, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt. If you were drafted in the 4th round or 5th round or 6th round or 7th round, you are not. It's as simple as that. And he's not going anywhere else or even in Cleveland and getting the benefit of the doubt.
No.
He's got to earn it. And if your attitude is wrong, I want nothing to do with you, period.
By the way, I agree. I don't like bad attitude guys, but maybe leaving the Browns humbles him a little bit. Also, I'm not trading for him.
You think leaving the Browns is going to humble him? You think anything's going to humble him? I'm being honest. It's just an honest question. I don't know the answer.
If you had to make me guess, Shedeur Sanders fizzles out and he's going to play in the spring league in like 2 years, and that's probably because of his attitude. I agree with you. I'm just making the case that Shedeur Sanders is not going to go anywhere and be a starting quarterback right now. And if you're the New York Jets,
but it's better than Cade Klubnik because he has some football experience. I mean, he did make the Pro Bowl.
And some people did talk about not with attitude. He did make the Pro Bowl. It's funny enough to be a first-round pick. Why don't I at least let him sit with Frank and get in the room? And then if this season goes south,
there's someone to go to.
Dude, what if this is Brett Favre leaving the Falcons with his bad attitude? What if? What if? I don't think that's going to be the case. But if you're the Jets, are you really in a position or in the business right now of saying no to a failed quarterback elsewhere when you've left your room this barren?
No.
I'm just saying. I'm not telling you it would work out. It'd probably be a disaster because everything the Jets do and everything Shedeur Sanders does combined. I mean, that is like two disasters meeting in the middle. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I look at this quarterback room ahead of the preseason. I don't hate the idea of having Frank Reich sit with him. All right, so there we are. Football on the mind. We're going to get to that wacky baseball play. We're going to get to the Mets. The Yankees have another series with the Mariners. Shedeur Sanders on the mind if he becomes available for you Jet fans. And the Giants, have you started to change your expectations based on this training camp? Do the Giants have to, now, of course, they don't have to. The season's not over. Have to win week 1 to kind of start changing that narrative. Oh, and one more thing. I did get the email. Bet Online Sports has this. Giants division win total number is at 2.5. Meaning they play 6 games in the division. Over is 3 or more wins. Under is 2.5. If it's the under, it ain't going to be a great year for the Giants. Good way to hit that over. Beating the Dallas Cowboys in week 1. I know kind of all over the place. Both fan bases, a little poopery there. Potpourri? I was wrong on both. Potpourri. And again, the Carton Show comes your way from Jet Camp at 2 o'clock.
I thought you did it intentionally.
I didn't.
I don't think he did.
I didn't. That's the sad part. But I guess we'll hear you Friday on Idiots with Idioms. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by the New York State Thruway Authority. Imagine that your workplace is inches from traffic and a car flies by, drifting because someone checked their phone. People work here. They trust you. Don't drive distracted. Funded by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration with a grant from the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Your NFL destination station is The Fan.
What John Harbaugh will do, he'll hold everybody else accountable. So if Jaxson has a bad game, it's not going to be about Jaxson Dart and his bad game. It's going to be about, I guess, the fault of everybody else on the team.
NFL MVP Boomer Esiason and Giants legend Tiki Barber hit you with the most informed opinions, taking you inside the team facility and inside the huddle like no one else can.
If Cade Klubnik comes in and he understands the system, he plays well in the preseason, there's no reason he shouldn't be playing if Geno Smith is playing like Geno Smith has played the last couple of years.
The greats talk shop with you here all season long on your home for everything NFL. 1019 FM WFAN.
Hey, Yankees fans! Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Available now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Hey, Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters, and my wife is still satisfied by my good friends at CertaPro Painters. They work fast and clean, and if she's happy, you better believe I'm happy. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call. 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
August is flying by, guys. You can already feel the days getting shorter. But summer isn't over yet. That's the good news. Make these last few weeks count with a brand new Ford SUV. Visit the Ford Summer Sales event at your local Ford store today, now offering great deals across the entire lineup. Take a road trip with your crew in the legendary Ford Explorer, or make memories in the built Wild Bronco or Bronco Sport, equipped to tackle the beaches at Montauk or Jersey Shore. Plus, shop now and get 2 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit your local Ford store today.
Small business owners love what they do, and Verizon Business loves small business owners. That's why Verizon Business experts come directly to you, so you can spend more time doing what you love. Their experts show up on your schedule, ready to offer proven expertise and learn about the needs of your specific setup firsthand. And they don't quit till the solutions fit, even as your business grows. So save the time and stay where your business needs you most. Verizon Business. Visit Verizon.com/book today and schedule an appointment with your local Verizon Business expert.
Allstate is New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the state. From Buffalo to the Brooklyn Bridge, we're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save $900 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new auto customers surveyed in 2025 who switched to Allstate and reported savings, potential savings and availability varies by state.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My constipation with belly pain kept coming back. I'm back! Like her. Future me. You know why I'm here. Our doctor figured it out. Your symptoms keep coming back because it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. And Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is the #1 prescribed branded treatment for IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily prescription pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Monmouth Park Racetrack's Surf and Turf Seafood Festival returns Saturday, August 15th and Sunday, August 16th. Featuring lobster rolls, crab cakes, and much more. Head to the track for the shore's best seafood, plus live music, live racing, and you can even meet Al Dukes on Saturday, August 15th. General admission is just $7. Use promo code SEAFOOD26 at SeatGeek.com/Monmouth to save 15%. It's the Surf and Turf Seafood Festival, August 15th and 16th at Monmouth Park Racetrack.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire, the
Start your day with Boomer and Gio. Join the conversation weekday mornings from 6 to 10. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash here on the Fan. And this Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. So we got good news, bad news for the Yankees on their night off. The good news, the Blue Jays beat the Red Sox 2-1, giving Boston now 3 straight losses as they cool off. We're going to get to the crazy play in that game a little bit later on, which me and Tiki are still confused by. The Rays, though, here's the bad news. They once again won. They're pushing the Yankees now 6 back, 7 back, considering that tiebreaker. I mean, it's just insane. The Rays do not lose. Can't catch a team if they don't lose. And the Mets continue to stay red hot. They win 8-5. Brett Beatty home run. Kodai Senga the save. Their 6th win in 7 games, begging the question, at what point, Tiki, do you have to start paying attention to the Mets again?
We had this conversation, me and Evan, about 3 weeks ago, and we said because of that early 12-game losing streak, the only way you start caring about the Mets again is if they have a 12-game winning streak.
Okay, so we have to put that together. Now, if they won 12 of 13, is that the same thing?
Yeah, close enough. You just have to have a stretch where it's like, man, all you do is win. We haven't had that statement come out of our mouths about the Mets all season long. All you do is win. Wow, it's amazing. You guys can't lose. Like we're having about the Rays. We need to have that about the Mets before we even start paying attention to them. Yesterday, we didn't even mention them. They were on a 4-game winning streak. We didn't even say the word Mets.
And it's crazy because last night, obviously, the Yankees didn't play, so I throw that on amongst other things, and I'm watching. I'm going like, all right, this is fun, but obviously you can't believe in anything so ridiculous. But
with the Mets, you mean?
With the Mets, but the miracle Mets, you couldn't believe at a certain point either. I mean, I don't know. What are we? We're 53-67. They're 14 games under, so just even think about that. Think about the job they'd have to do just to get the 500. So again, it's a fun story.
Yeah, it is a fun story, but they're also getting a little bit lucky.
Okay, but you need luck.
Of course. It is what it is.
I take some lucky Yankee hits right now. You need some luck. It is fascinating.
Look, Bryce Elder is out of the inning in the first inning. He's out of the inning. He throws a strikeout, throw him out. Instead, it was called ball 4, even though he tapped his helmet to challenge it. They didn't see the challenge. He ends up not getting out of the inning. And Brett Beatty hits a grand slam.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that luck?
I mean, it is, but it's also capitalizing on the opportunity. Beatty didn't have to hit the grand slam in that spot. But he could have turned over and rolled and grounded out.
Bases loaded. We heard Ron. Who was it? Ron Darling?
Yeah.
Ron Darling. What did they call it? I forgot what they called it. The contest they were giving away about how Brett Beatty matches up well against Bryce Elder. Then he goes yard right away. So
pick to click, I think, or click to pick something like that.
Click to pick or something like that. But whatever it is, the bases are loaded. You got to throw the guy some strikes. Brett Beatty took advantage of it.
Do you think the Mets have found their closer in Kodai Senga?
I mean, again, not to over credit Evan, but he said this a couple of weeks ago.
He did. That's why I noticed.
He said, if I was the GM, or not even the GM, if I was the manager, if I was Andy Green, I'm putting Kodai Senga in high leverage situations because I don't know what he's going to be as a starter, but he might be able to be a high leverage 8th or 9th inning guy.
Dude, and if I'm the Mets, I ride this home for the next 6 weeks.
100%.
Devin Williams on the IL. You have so much invested. What if? What if?
By the way, because he's got so many pitches and we know what he's famous for is that forkball.
Yeah.
And when he's not having to pitch 6 innings, right? He can dial his fastball up, his four-seamer up to 99.
He can let it breathe.
And it got up there last night.
It did.
So you go 99 and a hard-breaking forkball. Dude, all you need is 2 pitchers as a closer.
And every reliever you end up trading for is a failed starter in some way or shape or form, right? That's the old saying.
You never know.
You never know.
He got his first one last night, and Carson Benz, the jackass, threw the ball in the stands.
Hey, listen. It's not a bench. Strike him out. He's giving a big kid a ball.
That's a good point.
Senga needs another ball. 888-808-1019. So there you go, Evan. Look at us. Without you, we did bets today.
For 30 seconds.
That's it. Andrew and Shirley. Andrew, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on.
What's up, Andrew?
Yeah, I wanted to call you guys. We were talking about Giants a little bit earlier. And, you know, I'm with you, Morash, on got to be 1-0. I want to be 1-0 on the season. I always want to beat the Cowboys. But beyond that, whether it was the Cowboys or the Vikings or anybody, the 1-0, or at least looking very competent and competitive down to the wire, is so much more important for us to feel good about the new coaching hire and thinking that we went in this great direction, because every single year we come out so flat week one. For the last 5 years, maybe beyond. But let's go way further. It's every week one, it looks like an extended preseason. And I know that it is around the league, but it's only for the Giants because the opposing team looks great every time they play us week one. So I need to see us show up week one, the first whistle, the first snap, that we're actually prepared to play football and competitive football. That'll make me feel good about the coach, or else it's going to feel a lot of the same if we're just still dragging it and looking like week 3 is the first time we're going to play, any sort of competent football.
Yeah, I think the schedule doesn't help you because it's prime time, Sunday night football. Everybody's watching. It's the Giants and the Cowboys on Sunday night football.
Yeah, can't wait for Carrie.
And then you go right away to Giants at the Rams on Monday night football. Like, the schedule didn't help you. But I got to tell you, if I'm a player and there's this injection of the competency is the best word, and your head coach and experience and like professionalism, all like attitude, all of that comes from John Harbaugh. I can't wait for week 1 and week 2 because
you want to show the world.
How often do you get a chance to, with nobody else watching? I remember playing in games where it's Monday night, or we played in one Thursday game, but you know what I mean. It's a standalone game, playoffs or in the Super Bowl. That is your shot to show everybody this is me.
Yeah, you usually don't see me Sunday 1 o'clock, so I am to show you what I'm about.
I know Giant fans, you're watching me every week, but world, look at me now.
Exactly.
And I think when you have that vanity sometimes, and people don't want to talk about this, but it's reality. Like when you have a vanity, like look at me, I'm gonna be great. You feel good, right? And then
that hasn't always been the case.
And when you play well in that situation, it's just so empowering.
It is,
right? It's the one thing when I retired that I missed about the stage.
It's just the eyes on you?
No, having a chance to perform. Like being in this heightened moment where it's like 80,000 fans, if you're at home in Giants stand, staring down at you and having this expectation for you. And then you go do it. Like that. There's something empowering about that. And I think the Giants and the Giant fans have missed that for a lot of years. It's why when we get a Saquon Barkley who is just electric, you get sucked into him.
Right.
It's like before that when Odell Beckham Jr. comes here and he's making these ridiculous plays. It's like you're desperate for it. It's like a drug. Like
we have a guy everybody else outside of our famous.
You're fiending for it. Like I need it. Yep. And then you get it and it's like, holy crap.
Yep.
It's like Jaxson Dart. Why are we so enamored with Jaxson Dart, who had a good rookie season, but it wasn't like he was
Thursday night.
It's not like he was Jaden Daniels and won Rookie of the Year, but you're fiending for it so badly.
Yep.
And so when you get it, and then the guy also loves it, like Jaxson Dart loves it. He loves being on the stage. That's what makes you excited for football.
That is what that Thursday night Eagle game was all about that night.
Right.
It made us leaving that stadium and going home that night going, oh my God, we have that guy everybody wants to watch.
Right.
Well, I hope the Giants respond like that week 1, Tiki. Because oftentimes they've played these primetime games and been duds.
I'm expecting it now.
Expecting it. I can't wait. These stupid Cowboy fans get sucked in every year. We'll go to the Super Bowl. Not this year. Gavin in Woodbridge. Gavin, what's up?
How about them Cowboys?
That's right. Gavin, what's up?
What's up, Gavin?
Hey, Tiki, Shaun. So I saw last week Madison Beer at the Chargers camp.
Yes.
And then yesterday I see in the post that Marissa Jaxson Dart's girlfriend came to surprise him at practice.
Yep.
They had a picnic during his lunch break. Dude, what the hell is this, Tiki? Would this ever go on? Would this ever go on when you were playing?
No, not at all.
Thanks, Gavin. I saw that Dart picture as well.
I don't think my wife and kids were allowed to come to like the training area, like the training. You know what I mean? Like we were at the table, like where we would eat. I don't think they were allowed to. Like, so if I wanted to go out, which I did, obviously with my kids. AJ was born right when I left for training camp. He was born July 8th, and so I left like 2 weeks later for training camp. So I remember them coming up, but we had to like go out. We had to go someplace else. We weren't sitting on the field canoodling.
That's weird, man. Because I've read more about the Herbert stuff because I saw Burrow have this, and when I saw Dart yesterday, immediately my alarm bells went off. There's a difference, I think, if this is just something a coaching staff's allowing all the time, or if I guess it's like the one friends and family day where you bring the kids and wives on the field.
That might be what
And
it
if that's
is.
the case, I can't even get mad at Justin Herbert. Then it just looks weird when in front of your teammates she's rubbing your hair down. At least we didn't get that with Burrow and Dart. But like if it's friends and family and it's the one day at camp, you could see them, you come back, okay, like fine. But ultimately, let's get back to football here.
Yeah.
Keep your home
agree.
life home. I mean, geez, this isn't Jet Roberts.
We're not here to see you guys make out. If we wanted to see that, we'd go to Usher and Chris Brown.
Man, you can't get over the Usher and Chris Brown.
They're basically doing it on stage.
Not with each other.
No.
The girls, the dancers. Just to clarify, of course.
Or the one girl from the crowd, the lucky winner, who got chained to a pole and like
No,
grinded
they
on.
didn't, dude.
I swear to you, dude.
Wait a minute. They called a girl out of the crowd that Usher got the grind on?
Chris Brown did. Usher did something different. He picked a couple in the crowd and said, "Go at it, man. Show me what you got." He had cherries and stuff, and they're rubbing it around the
Are
lips
you
and
serious?
in their cleavage. I'm telling you, dude.
There goes Tiki.
It's not a rabbit
Tiki's
hole.
a rabbit hole.
That's not a rabbit hole.
They were rubbing cherries in women's cleavage. Boy, I wish I had tickets to this show. I got to be honest with you. I went to Yankees Braves this weekend. I think I went to the wrong show. Getting chained up and letting Chris Brown rub all over you. By the way, my daughter's never going to see Chris Brown and Usher. Mark in Brooklyn. Mark, what's up?
Hey, Mark.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. How you doing?
I was good.
I kind of had a thought today. I saw something on social media, and it basically just listed side by side a bunch of quarterbacks who were in the Hall of Fame and their stats versus Eli's and Eli not being in the Hall of Fame. And we talked about Eli's Hall of Fame candidacy 10 times over. But I did think it's kind of interesting in our society these days. It seems like every opinion has to be extreme, right? Either it's 100 or 0.
Right.
And I almost feel like Eli has found himself in a position where he was probably so overrated maybe for a time there, where I think he's actually become underrated.
I agree.
And I think why can't we just find the happy medium? And then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I think there's a lot of examples like this in New York sports. I think Derek Jeter's defense was like that. I think his defense was probably so overrated that it became underrated. I even think like Carmelo Anthony's legacy is like that. You hear from legends in his era, people who they wouldn't want to go against one-on-one. I don't mean to turn this into a Carmelo Anthony debate, but Carmelo Anthony was probably one of the top 3 feared offensive players in the league against any defender. And yet you hear about him from fans. He was selfish. He didn't care about winning. He was this. He was that. I mean, he had every girlfriend in every city. That's on him. The fact of the matter is, I just find it interesting how these takes, it's like you're either amazing or you're horrible. And it's like, can't we just have a happy medium here?
I agree.
Yeah.
That's such a good point, Mark.
That's who Eli was. He was the happy medium, but when you needed him to be great in the postseason, he was great.
That's it. And look, Eli doesn't need to apologize for his career. He retired top 10 in yardage, touchdowns. He has the 2 Super Bowl MVPs. He should be in the Hall of Fame. But I do agree with that premise that I think because you almost had to fight for him because he was the other Manning, if you were a Giant fan, that you hyped him up to that point that then you had to have a little dose of reality. But then it became, but now everybody thinks he sucked and he was lucky.
Yeah,
on 2
he definitely
runs.
didn't suck. That's for sure.
You know who I think has gotten like this?
Who?
Patrick Mahomes. Now, hear me out. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is going to be a slam dunk first ballot Hall of Famer, multiple Super Bowl winner.
Right.
But when I have conversations with people about, and it's typical this time of year, who are the best quarterbacks in football? And I think Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are great. But people always will, Lamar Jackson. And if I say Patrick Mahomes, I get this blasphemous look of well, he's not better. He beats Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson every time he faces him in a big game.
Yes.
He makes these miraculous throws, and I understand that maybe his stats combined-wise in the regular season, the last couple of years specifically, don't add up. He's Patrick freaking Mahomes.
Of course.
And I think we've actually gotten to a point in society where maybe we had Patrick Mahomes fatigue much.
We definitely did, but we didn't hate him. He never became hated.
It's not hated, but I think, to me, I'm sorry, Josh Allen, when you have the conversation, MVPs or not, he's not a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. I'd go as far as to say, Tiki, there's a lot left of the story to be written. There is a chance because I kind of feel this way right now, but he's got to finish it. I think Patrick Mahomes might be the best quarterback I've ever seen, and that includes Tom Brady.
Well, I mean, skill-wise and athleticism-wise, I think he is better than Tom Brady. But winning-wise, and ultimately that's the only thing that matters.
I get it.
You can't knock the GOAT in Tom.
But at least he's cut a
chance to do it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's won, 3 Super Bowls? or
Yeah.
4, 3 or 4. 3 Super Bowls.
Lost 2.
And then Tom Brady, same way, won a bunch, and then had a break, and then won a bunch later. So, like, we don't know what the second story of Pat Mahomes. We know what the first story was, right? He took over after Alex Smith. He ended up winning Super Bowls. The Super Bowl became the modern dynasty in the NFL. And even when they weren't winning, they were right there, hosting 11, how many? 6 straight AFC Championship games. And now they're going through a lull because their team is turning over. We saw it with the defensive side of the ball. We saw it with some of their skill position players. Travis Kelce's on his last legs, obviously. But he's still young. He's still in his prime. So in like 4 years, when the Kansas City Chiefs become a different Kansas City Chiefs, Pat Mahomes is still going to be Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, and the Patriots had a second dynasty.
Yes.
Everybody views it as one giant dynasty. It was 2 different dynasties, so to speak.
This is also a way that this is almost like a LeBron-Jordan thing, that Jordan is going to be Brady and LeBron is Mahomes.
Yeah, by the way.
In that, just because of the
championships and talent. I agree. I mean, now Jordan didn't win with the second team the way that Brady did, and that kind of changed things a little bit. But I don't know, man.
Well, post the retirement, he got 3 again.
I don't know how you have an honest football conversation. Everybody just talks about Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson like they're the slam dunk best quarterbacks. Like, you're asking me to start a team today. I still want Mahomes. I mean, the big game's got to matter for something.
Coming off the ACL still?
Yeah.
I think that's
I said this to Evan last week, too. Again, card subject to change because Evan loves doing this, and we're the 3 of us are going to make our predictions before the show before the season because Evan's going to change them. If you ask me today, pick a Super Bowl, I'm picking the Chiefs and the Bears. I kind of think everybody's already forgotten about the Chiefs. Yeah, I love the Bears this year, man. I've done such a 180 on the Bears because last year when I entered camp, I wasn't really a believer in Ben Johnson. Had to see it. I didn't love Caleb as much as I loved May and Daniels. Man, last year that Bear team and what they did in those big games and the comebacks they had down the stretch, Caleb Williams had freaking ice in his veins. And I can't be a hater anymore.
Right.
And Ben Johnson, the play call, he proved he could run a football team too. Now, it was 1 year. Could they fall off a cliff? And Ben Johnson, we find out, everybody picks up on the out. Fine, maybe. I think the Bears are legit. Everybody's going to be on the Rams riding their jock.
I can see that.
I like the Bears this year, man.
See, there's something about Caleb Williams, and whether or not you like his game or not, he's a winner.
He is.
And he's got ridiculous athletic and ball-throwing ability.
You're never out of a game with Caleb Williams in the fourth quarter.
And
he taught us that last year.
He'll do it with his legs. He'll do it with his arm, making pinpoint throws, sprinting around like a chicken with his head cut off and finding his way into the end zone. He's interesting, and I like Ben Johnson. I didn't know how he'd be as a head coach.
I didn't either,
but I'm pleasantly surprised by him as head coach. He got one of the top offensive lines in football. I could see it. I don't think about them in that capacity. Right?
I think you should. I'm getting on that Bear train. And now, if they win the Super Bowl, the last time the Bears won a Super Bowl was when, Tiki?
1985.
Who won the Super Bowl the next year?
The New York Football Giants.
Just saying. Let's go Bears. Let's go Bears. How about that? Look, you know me. I'll always find the symmetry, Paulie.
This is like the president dying in a year, and that year
I'm already on it.
We're there already. Or
I'm already on
Rangers, excuse me.
I will give the Bears their Super Bowl this year if it means a repeat of 85-86. And then Jaxson Dart's backup will win one 4 years later like Jeff Hostetler. Dan in Queens. Dan, what's up?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. How you doing?
What's up, Dan?
So I've been thinking, I was listening, you talked about, do you bring Shador in? And obviously the Jets brought Geno in this year. And when you look at the percentage of quarterbacks who have just played in the Super Bowl over the past 20 years, it's like 90% of them have been drafted by their team. So I think if you're the Jets, you just got to keep trying through the draft. And I know it's been painful with Wilson, with Hackenberg. But, I mean, again, you got Jalen Hurts drafted by the Eagles, Mahomes, obviously, Brady, obviously, Eli, obviously.
Drake May,
Darnold,
Brock Purdy.
Right, Drake, Joe Burrow. Brady is obviously.
But then you do have the Staffords and the Sam Darnolds that exist in recent years.
Right, but the problem with those guys is that they're elite quarterbacks.
And it's so unique to be full into that opportunity.
100%.
It just is.
Now, I'm not saying
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, obviously. Matt Stafford is in that category. I'm not putting Sam Darnold in that category yet because Tom Brady and Matt Stafford are Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Yes.
Sam Darnold has a long way to go before he's considered a Hall of Famer. So before you can say, well, the Seattle Seahawks got gifted or whatever, acquired a Hall of Fame quarterback. That's why they won a Super Bowl. Sam Darnold's got to keep doing it.
Right. And while many will say, and I know Evan,
you can say that about the Rams and you can say that about the Buccaneers.
And Evan has argued this point, and I totally get it. And this was what led to your famous, in the show's history, build that ass first.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think what we've realized here in the 4 years we've done this show is that all three of our arguments about how to invest in quarterback all have pieces of it that were absolutely right. We just needed to blend our brains together, which is, like if you just use your first round pick on a quarterback, sometimes you get like a Joe Burrow where it just changes everything, but
build that ass first.
You're setting them up to fail if some of the ass has not been built at the same time, right? And the Jets' ass has been built here a bit.
That's true.
So I do feel like if it is next year, the Jets, in theory, based on their offensive line and what they've poured into their weapons, should have a better landing spot as opposed to what Zach Wilson fell into, or even at the time, Sam Darnold, where you could have your cake and eat it too, right? The Jets could have built their ass first and then add the quarterback that goes with it, because you're right. In the end, they're not going to get a Tom Brady or Matt Stafford, because tell me that guy that's going to become available, like the great quarterback that's available. I don't see that. And just look at what the Vikings are dealing with this year.
Yeah, but
that next guy might have been Kyler Murray. He can't barely beat out J.J. McCarthy. Identifying that quarterback like Sam Darnold is so freaking hard.
Well, and it's extraordinarily rare. And I remember doing this years ago, just doing the math on the number of the teams that won Super Bowls in all history of Super Bowls, if they had a quarterback that was a Hall of Famer or going to be a Hall of Famer. And it was like 76% or something like that.
High number, yeah.
And so it's the biggest determinant. And it's changed a little bit because you had the Eagles win.
Yeah.
And it was in
Foles.
With Foles, so he's not going to be a Hall of Famer yet. I doubt the Seahawks and I doubt Sam Darnold's going to be a Hall of Famer, but you never know. He's still got a lot of years left in his career. He's going to have to win another Super Bowl and be elite for 5 or 6 years before we even think about having that conversation. So there are exceptions. Like Trent Dilfer wasn't one in Baltimore.
Yeah. I mentioned
Brad
Hostetler.
Johnson wasn't in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But those teams, so the exception to a lot of those teams was that they had elite defenses.
And beyond elite.
Yeah.
Like all-time defenses you remember
100%.
Because either way, so I guess what you come down to is if you win a Super Bowl, one of two things are going to be remembered forever. That you had a historically great quarterback or a historically great defense.
And it's why every general manager and pro personnel person and owner and whatever in the NFL, they are either trying to hire that great defensive coordinator, a la Mike McDonald in Seattle, or they're trying to find the great quarterback. Not the good quarterback, not the guy that's average, but the great quarterback. Because he's right. I mean, this guy, that last caller, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, Montana, Terry Bradshaw, Aikman, Rodgers, Eli, Ben Ross, all drafted.
Yep.
And then the exceptions that went in free agency were Tom Brady, Hall of Famer, Peyton Manning, Hall of Famer, Drew Brees, Hall of Famer, Ben Johnson, one of the greatest defenses over the last 30 years in that Tampa defense, obviously playing against a team that they knew everything about. And then the veterans acquired through trade, Matt Stafford, probably Hall of Famer, Brett Favre, Hall of Famer, John Elway, Hall of Famer. So if you're acquiring a guy, you better be acquiring a Hall of Famer. And if you are Geno Smithing it to get yourself to the promised land, have some caution.
Which is why you and I were both high last week on the idea of Baker Mayfield. While he may not be a Hall of Famer, you at least know he's a winner.
Yeah.
That can, even if he kind of takes that Jet team for the next 4 years until they find the guy, because the Jets just need to also just reestablish something.
You need to establish a winning culture.
God almighty. It's fine if they find, obviously, that Hall of Famer in the draft, but this team, they got to get out of this hellhole of winning 3-4 games every year.
Right.
They just do. All right, we'll have more conversation on football when it comes up and the Jaxson Dart future. And I have an interesting comparison, an interesting hypothetical that I want to debate with the boys here. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash here on The Fan.
If you haven't checked out Collars & Co. yet, now is the time. They're the makers of the original dress collar polo that's changed the game. And now they've opened their first ever store right here in Manhattan. Whether you're looking for sharp shirts, everyday style, or their new Maverick Performance blazer, you'll find clothes that look great and feel even better. Stop by the new boutique at 182 Columbus Avenue or shop online at collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki. Save 20% off your order at collarsandco.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The NBA will open its season on Tuesday, October 20th, and the main event of the games on that day, the world champion New York Knicks hosting LeBron James, Jaylen Brown, and the Philadelphia 76ers. And I'll call my shot right now. The Knicks are going to win that game. In game one, with all these new players in Philly all trying to figure out how to play together as a team, the Knicks, the ultimate team, will win that game. I'm Nick Costos.
Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. Last week, Los Angeles was trading at 16%, meaning a $100 trade would pay out $590 if they take home the title. On Kalshi, as the probability changes, you adjust your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code UPDATE to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it is legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. Bonus credits do not expire. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on a black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. A whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, in the game, you always need a backup plan, and your phone is no different. A second line from Red Pocket Mobile is perfect for side gigs, keeping your work and personal numbers separate, and just staying connected without the big carrier price tag. Starting at just $10 a month, you get your choice of 3 major 5G networks with no contracts or credit checks. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
It's August. The dog days of summer are here.
I wonder how Nielsen Dodge can make it better.
Have a dog days of summer savings event.
That's a doggone great idea.
Now that's a good girl.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease on new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $289 a month. Yes, just $289 a month.
There's always zero down payment available.
The credit help you need.
More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals.
Hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge,
fun is in the driver's seat.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event. With approval, term 36 months, due at sign, $69.82, add tax tag and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose. So learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov. From New Jersey Human Services.
At the United Healthcare Medicare store right here in Jackson Heights. Chat face-to-face with a licensed sales agent who understands the community and get clear answers to your questions. Located at 3752 82nd Street between Roosevelt and 37th Avenue. We're ready to help.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
It is Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash on the Fan. Couple more hours to go. Carton Show with Craig and C-Mac. They're over at Jet Camp today. Joint practices with the Jets and Bucks, and the early returns, not good for the Jets. So here's the deal. The Jets and Bucks, I screwed this up. I knew the guys were at practice today. For some reason, I thought the joint practices were tomorrow, not today, when I woke up today. But either way, they're today. And here's the deal. We are probably 40 minutes or so into practice, and Geno Smith has already thrown 3 interceptions to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Wow. The third one, according to Connor Hughes, Geno Smith was picked by rookie Josiah Trotter. He threw it right to him. He had 2 and 11 on 11 drills. I guess this was 7 on 7. It's been a bad day, and he came back after his third pick, and Dirt's the next one, apparently was the point. And look.
Josiah Trotter, that's Jeremiah Trotter's son.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Wow, another one of these guys' sons?
His first son plays for the Eagles.
That's right.
Right. His older son plays for the Eagles, and now his son plays for the Bucks.
That's crazy.
Trotter Jr. obviously plays for the Eagles.
This goes back, though, to something we talked about last hour and something we've talked about over the course of the summer. I understand optimism, and I understand anything can happen in the NFL. And I'm trying not to be the bad messenger as a Giant fan sitting here. Like, the idea that Geno Smith was taking anybody to the promised land. And I know that it's a practice, but this is Geno Smith's problem.
Yeah.
Is being a turnover machine, and this is how Geno Smith can wreck football games with you. Well, and it's not ironic that on the first day that Jet players see another opponent, Geno Smith goes out there and basically urinates down his leg and throws 3 interceptions.
I wish I had film of this so I could just break it down a little bit.
Yeah, I know. We're going off tweets. I get it.
But what always concerned me about Geno is not his athletic ability, not his arm, because you saw all these videos in this offseason with him on air, making amazing throws, doing the footwork stuff and putting the ball on target, deep balls down the sideline, over the shoulder, corner catches, all that stuff. And that has never been Geno's issue. He's been great, a really good athlete, maybe not a great athlete, but a really good athlete since he was at West Virginia. His problem has been his decision-making. Like the whatever synapse that goes through his mind that makes him make a decision that I'm going to throw this pass because I think I can get it there is often flawed. And I don't know if you can coach that out of him, but Frank Reich, after one day in a joint practice, has not done a good job at it.
Yeah, and today I think is the first day where I genuinely feel bad for Aaron Glenn. Because, look, Aaron Glenn, obviously if he got fired, we did the thing yesterday in terms of first coach fire, the odds or whatever. If he did get fired, doesn't mean that he didn't do a bad job there and getting fired. It does suck to go through 2 years and not really ever have your handle on being able to pick the quarterback that you want. But the problem is that quote, the Aaron Glenn, he's going to take us to the promised land quote, will be pinned and put up
No, you're right.
as one of the all-time quotes from a New York coach or manager.
Here's the one issue that Aaron Glenn is now figuring out as he's entering his second year. How you talk to the media, how you present your story is so important. And if you don't know how to do it, you look foolish at times.
Mm-hmm.
Those that do know how to do it often can talk themselves out of bad situations and make people feel not sympathy, because that's the wrong word, make them feel empathetic towards you.
Yes.
Right? Where they understand you. They start to see your perspective, right? Not the perception that's out there nationally or whatever locally, but your perspective, you have to speak it to people.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron Glenn is not good at that.
No.
And so when he gets when they acquire Darren Muji acquires Geno Smith, I'm sure he has thoughts about Geno Smith. A lot of them probably aren't like, yeah, this is exactly who I wanted. But he's asked the question and he doesn't know how to respond to it. So as a result, he goes, low-hanging fruit, I'm going to make this as optimistic as possible. He's taking us to the promised land, which you know is not the case.
Of course. And he knows is not the case.
If you acquire Tom Brady, who's been to the promised land, tasted that sweet nectar of Super Bowl Sunday, right? Maybe you can say it about Tom Brady.
Right. Solid. Maybe even say it about Rodgers.
You could say it about Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Maybe you could say it about Matt Stafford. You can't say that about Geno Smith. And
we're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this.
And what now is going to happen is that if Geno Smith doesn't get his head out of his rear, Aaron Glenn's comment on him is going to be one of the most mocked comments in New York sports history.
It's got to live forever, man. It like not to the degree because we don't have the visual, but it's butt fumble-esque. If Geno Smith is a flame out here and they didn't have a good enough backup quarterback situation, him going to the promise on Aaron Glenn maybe getting fired as a result.
Right.
That's right there, right? When we start ranking these same old Jets stuff that everybody hates when people bring up, that's why.
Tiki mentioned low-hanging fruit, and you know what they say about low-hanging fruit?
What's that?
Still very nutritious.
Paulie Rosenberg from downtown.
I don't even know what that means.
I like it, though. I don't know what it means.
It's nutritious.
Unless it's rotten.
It serves a purpose.
Unless it's rotten.
The low-hanging fruit serves a purpose. He can't say Geno Smith sucks.
No, just say, hey.
It's a no-win. He could have handled it better.
But that's the either-or society.
No. So here, I talk for a living, so it feels like this comes easy to me, but he doesn't. When if you know the history of Geno Smith, from being drafted by the Jets, him being ruined by the Jets because they were basically telling him, throw it to that guy, even though he's covered, and he sucked with the Jets, his resurrection-ish when he came to New York, and then ultimately he goes to Seattle, he learns, and he becomes a Pro Bowler. Like, if you know who he is, then you say, we're excited to have Geno Smith here. He's had some successes in his career. I can't wait to work with him. Just something simple as that.
Yep.
Why do you have to say he's taking us to the promised land? Really? Really?
I don't
know if there are many quarterbacks in the league that I would say that about, much less Geno Smith.
Dude, I have my expectations tempered with Jaxson Dart. I'm trying everything I can to not say that. To just say that
you can't say that about Jaxson Dart.
No,
yet.
of course. That's what I'm saying. Like, even my optimism with him, it's like, okay, let's still wait and see.
Right.
Geno Smith, there's more evidence than not that he's just a turnover machine that's had 2 really good years in his career. He should never apologize for.
Right.
And look, it's a joint practice. It's not a game. So I do understand the argument can be made. Hey, it's a training camp practice. I totally get it.
Practice. It's not a game.
But
practice.
Right. I love that, Rance. But when it comes to Geno, this was the exact fear you had.
100%.
And just seeing it for the first time in a practice versus another team, and that's what he comes out and shows you, the team takes notice. Mm-hmm. The teammates take notice. This is what I heard was a negative about you. And the first time we took the field against not ourselves, You went out there and you gave our offense no chance to compete.
Right.
I mean, the Jets have set themselves up for immense failure here. There's no other way around it. And look, you can wave your pom-pom. I'm not telling you not to be excited for football season. But be real here. Be real here. Well, the Jet time will come, hopefully, if they get a quarterback next year. It ain't going to be this year with Geno Smith.
Right. No, it's to the point where if the Jets win 6 games, that's going to be a successful year for them. Which is pathetic. Is absolutely pathetic.
And then if they do that, Tiki, because you're going to yell, Evan's going to yell, the argument we're going to have. Well, you won just enough games to get yourself out of that quarterback to actually change your future.
Right. But you have 3 picks, so you can kind of go wherever you want.
That's the caveat this year. 100%. Okay. How about Matt in Staten Island? Matt, what's up?
What's up, Shaun? How you doing?
What's going on,
Been
Matt?
a long-time listener and fan of you guys.
Appreciate it.
I just want to, from Shaun's perspective, you kind of, really think the Giants have, that much of a better chance than the Jets. I mean, you guys were...
Did you say rarely or really?
Season. What?
Did you say rarely or really?
No, I was just saying... I'm sorry, I got that wrong.
Right.
No.
But do we really think the Giants have that more of a chance than the Jets? That's the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, because the Giants also haven't done much.
No.
And won anything yet.
Which is why
if they lost Week 17 to the Cowboys, they would have been pick number 2.
No,
right?
Matthew, but I think I've been pretty realistic, right? I'm the one who keeps saying 8 wins, have that year before the year playoff year. Now, why do I think that they're that much better than the Jets? Well, it's belief in Jaxson Dart over Geno Smith, number 1, and it's belief in John Harbaugh over Aaron Glenn, number 2. It still comes down to a coach-quarterback league.
I would flip those. Yeah, because I think, Matthew, the biggest issue that we see in any situation is coaching.
Yeah.
Coaching matters. You can have great – it's why you look at these young quarterbacks, really young players anywhere, and if they get into a bad coaching situation, they're not going to be good.
Right.
It's as simple as that. Great players with bad coaches don't have success. You don't figure out your way out of it. It's not like basketball, where if you have a bad coach, really great players can take over and just figure out a way to win anyways. You can't do that in football. Too much of the intricacies of play design and play call, game management is on the coach. It's actually not on the player in the arena. It's not the guy that has the ball in his hands. It's what the coach is telling you to do. And so bad coaching can kill you. We know that John Harbaugh is a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
Right? People may have some doubts about him getting to that ultimate goal, meaning that is winning a Super Bowl. But at the very least, we know he's a really good coach.
Dude, there's no doubt. I will say this. I know, it's no secret here. I like to talk about on Fridays. I love gambling on football. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's whatever. It's part of me. You should always do it responsibly. The day I stopped doing it responsibly would be a ginormous problem. So obviously do this safely. But what gambling on football has taught me, or at least backed up what other people have taught me and now is convinced me, I don't think you truly grasp how many games in the NFL are determined by one score until you bet football every Sunday.
Yeah, that's true.
And that we always have those blowouts that jump out to us, and we've lived them here in the town. But the majority of these games are played in these margins that are swung one way or another. And that's where coaching comes in.
Coaching and quarterback decisions.
And last year, as that finally clicked for me for the 3rd straight year betting football, when in doubt, when I was trying to do something, I weighed, what was a close point spread, and I went, who's the better coach in this game? And you'd be shocked how many times you win a bet just by looking at a tight enough point spread to go, hey, who's the better coach in this game?
I trust this coach over this guy.
And it's just the truth. And football has so many variables. But if you really dumb it down to that, it makes such a difference in this league. Now, if you don't have talent, sure, you'll get your ass kicked a bunch. I believe the Jets and Giants both possess more talent than we realize because of the lack of... Now, a lot of it's young, because of the lack of winning. That is where I have to have belief in the Giants last year. We saw it last year. I know not every schedule, not every game's the same, but all those close games... Nobody's saying you win all of them,
right?
But if you win half of them,
right,
that is how you're an 8-win team,
right? The Dodger game, the Cowboy game we talked about at the beginning of the season. They just lose a bunch of 1-point games. Denver was the one that was really, really miserable. The Bears, they lost by 4 points. 1-score games, all these losses,
all 1-score games
that they were in those games.
Now they look worse when you're blowing fourth quarter leads, but trust
Minnesota.
me. look at the league week to week. It's more one-score games than it is blowouts typically. Now, when you get to the end of the year, can things get wonky because guys are resting and everything else? Right. Okay. I'm sure maybe that skews the number, but that's it. And I don't know how you have faith in an Aaron Glenn, Geno Smith turnover machine team to go, well, how are you convinced the Giants can be better than the Jets? That's why.
Right.
Doesn't mean the Jets don't have talent, and it doesn't mean that with a new quarterback next year, you can't suddenly look at the Jets the same way we're looking at the Giants this year with this like plethora of optimism that things are going to change.
Right.
Chris in Monroe. Chris, what's up?
What's up, fellas?
What's happening, man?
Thanks for taking my call.
What's up,
All right,
Chris?
my question is, I am a Giant fan my whole life.
All right.
I love Dart. Why does everybody thinks they're going to win 8, 9, 10 games?
Okay.
They beat the Eagles. They beat the Eagles last year.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Did they beat anybody else that had more than 3 or 4 wins last year?
I mean, they only won 4 games. They did beat the Chargers.
Right.
Yeah,
Let's not forget that.
Chargers were a playoff team. They beat them.
Right. And they dominated that game, even though it was a tight game, but they dominated it.
Yeah, and then you look at the games they blew versus the Bears when Dart got hurt. Maybe if Dart was going to
start with Denver. Denver was a great team.
Listen,
they should have.
Denver game still hurts me.
Oh my God, it kills me. I don't even want to talk about it because I get pissed off even now.
Yeah.
But the Denver game is the one that kills you. But Chicago, they could have and should have won. The Green Bay Packers, they could have and should have won. And then the Detroit Lions, they lost in overtime.
Yep, that was a Jameis game. Yep, absolutely. But that goes back to the coaching.
Right.
Now, I know John Harbaugh's lost his share of close games in Baltimore, too, and things have happened. I'm not acting like that's the complete magic elixir. And a lot of that happened with Jaxson Dart being a rookie. And I think we lose sight of that, too, with Jaxson Dart, which is going to lead me to the next point, which is that was a fun rookie year, but was frustrating in terms of the blue tent visits and then missing 2 games. And then obviously just a lot of frustrating losses. I think we forget, or maybe we don't, maybe I do, I don't know, that Jaxson Dart's supposed to take the next step in his year 2.
Yeah.
That we haven't seen the best of Jaxson Dart yet, in theory.
Well, the interesting thing, and if you follow the tea leaves of the comparisons that are being made right now, it is almost to a T Drake May season.
Yeah.
From his rookie season. And the circumstances are almost identical.
Brand new coach, team a roster nobody believed
has
in.
Success, a roster that people didn't believe in. The statistics from their rookie years are almost identical, and that's what everybody's hoping for.
Yeah.
If you're a Giant fan, let's do what Vrabel did to the Patriots. Let's John Harbaugh do that to the Giants.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody picking the Patriots to win the division last year when Buffalo was sitting there.
No.
No, I'm with you, Tiki. Now I'm going to make another comparison to you because I've thought long and hard about this with Jaxson Dart. I teased it yesterday, and I wanted to sit on it more. Jaxson Dart is the quarterback of the Giants entering year number 2 with high expectations. We have seen a week, and a damn good one, of George Lombard as the future shortstop of the Yankees. So I pose this to the audience. As we sit here on the cusp of year 2 Jaxson Dart and on the cusp of week 2 George Lombard, when all is said and done, the new and future shortstop of the Yankees, the new and franchise quarterback of the Giants, who will have a greater legacy in New York when all is said and done? That's their mid-August argument. Let's go around the predictions test. I'm going to go to Paulie Rosenberg first, who's neither a Yankee fan, nor is he a Giant fan. He's a Jet and Met fan. 2 young ascending stars in this town. Very early on Lombard, but I'd argue very early on Dart. By the way, I think they've played the same amount of games. Paulie, who do you got? Dart or Lombard?
Based on just what sport I think is easier to get a legacy in, and the team that they're on, I'm going to go Lombard.
Okay, but remember, the team he's on has hurt Aaron Judge with the legacy of championships and all that other stuff.
Right. I just think a lot of things have to go right for you to win a Super Bowl. A lot has to go right.
Yeah, it's
and
hard.
Again, we don't know what Jaxson Dart is yet. Nobody knows what he is yet, right?
Do you know what George Lombard is yet?
No, which is why it's easier because other players can boost him up, I think, and they have a better chance of winning than the Giants. So that would be my theory behind it. Whether it's right or wrong, that's not the point.
All right.
Yeah, but
in
that same argument, he will get less credit. Therefore, his legacy will be less powerful. And look, if the Yankees win a World Series, because let's be honest about the Yankees, they are a diminished team.
Very.
Very diminished team, offensively especially. Yet, as much as we complain about them not scoring runs, they also aren't giving up a ton of runs either. So their rotation has been fantastic.
Right.
And their bullpen has done just enough to keep them at about a 500 team during one of the most devastating injury moments in their history, right? And your MVP is out. Your ALCS MVP is out. Cody Bellinger, your $40 million man, he's out. And you're still 500. Like, it's kind of miraculous that Aaron Boone has done all this. But that not being said, when those guys come back, if the Yankees go on and they win a championship, is George Lombard going to be the one we talk about?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be Garrett Cole, Cam Schlittler, Max Fried, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, maybe like 8 people in? You're getting to George Lombard Jr.
It's going to
now if the Giants win a championship, I'm talking now or in the next 5 years, 4 years. Probably 3 years if you want to count the age of the Yankees. So in the next 3 years, as the Giants win a Super Bowl, all of that talk is going to be Jaxson Dart. Because if they're not in the Super Bowl, it's also going to be Jaxson Dart.
Yeah.
So he's just going to get more of the blame and credit.
To shine a little bit. I would just say this on Lombard real quick. I think Lombard will get a lot of credit if they win because they've never won without him. So if they win now in the future,
I think he's right about that.
They never won with Judge, Stanton, Cole, everyone they've had since 2009. They've never won, but they won with George Lombard on the team.
Paulie, I think there's a good point. I think both him and Schlitter tie. Now, Tiki, to your point, I think your point ties into year number one. If they won this year, I think a lot of people will point to the Lombard stuff, but I think you're right. They're going to go, the pitching staff won.
Right.
But
Because, by the way, if they win, that's what it's going to be like. We kind of came to this consensus yesterday in that little mini argument we had to start our show. The consensus is we just have to get used to the Yankees winning in a different way.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not scoring a lot of runs, but damn, their pitching staff isn't giving up a bunch either. So, like, you just got to look different. And you're holding on. The Yankees are actually racing against time right now. Like, can they get these guys back before they get deep enough or into the postseason so that their roster looks completely different? Because let's think about this. When Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger are back, you add in the new additions of Luis Garcia and Heliot Ramos, like that's 6 guys that are different in the lineup that we're getting tonight. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. You're right, how much you turn over.
Right.
But look, I expect George Lombard, if all goes well, you're talking about the next 15 years, he should be here. So it goes beyond this year when I'm talking about their legacy and the careers. Here's where I stand on it. I have the utmost confidence and respect for Jaxson Dart. I'm fired up. I love that he's the Giants quarterback. My expectation today in entering year number 2 is that at some point over the next decade between John Harbaugh being in Dart is that the Giants do have another Canyon of Heroes parade and he wins a Super Bowl. When that happens, to Paulie's point, it's really difficult to win a Super Bowl. Tiki, you know better than anybody. It's really freaking difficult. You have the best year in the world and run into the best defense in that era.
That's right. It's hard to get there, and then you get there, it's still not. It's never guaranteed.
But I don't know how you at least don't have that. If you think he's a franchise quarterback, I'm sure Bills fans expect Josh Allen to win, and Ravens fans expect Lamar Jackson to win. I should expect Jaxson Dart to win a Super Bowl, or at least right now. I could be laughed at with this. That being said, George Lombard Jr. as the shortstop of the Yankees. That first week, I think I'm more intoxicated by that than I even was when I was crying when Jaxson Dart beat the Eagles.
Right.
And I think Paulie, for all the crap I give you, I think you hit on something there, which is now that he's here, the entire Judge era pre-Lombard exists without a ring. Anything Aaron Judge wins from this point forward, barring an injury, is now in the George Lombard Jr. era.
Right.
And I think if the Yankees do inevitably win, whether it's this year goes on, I think we're going to look at this fondly. Now, Lombard would probably have to win more than just a World Series this year in his rookie year. I think George Lombard Jr. will have a better legacy when all is said and done than Jaxson Dart. I do. Now, here's the thing. This is where that other caller in the first hour brought up the either or. I don't say that meaning, well, I think Jaxson Dart's going to get hurt and fizzle out. How about a world where they're both freaking awesome, having parades in this town, and we live a Boston-type era? I'd sign for that.
That would be nice.
But I'm going Lombard.
And keep in mind, too, last time they won the World Series, 2009, George was still alive. Same name, George and George.
You know, Paul, you should have just retired on the other note. I think you had something better early on. Now you just
I'm going Dart.
Dart.
I just think he's going to get more credit.
Well, listen, you win. Here's the other thing I'll give you for Dart. One Super Bowl in the NFL, is that the equivalent of 2 World Series in baseball?
I couldn't do the math, but
I don't know. We'd have to make up that math, but you know the point.
Right.
Winning a Super Bowl. I mean, think about it. The Yankees win a World Series. Like, that's all you got? Winning a Super Bowl in football, it's like he did it. He climbed the mountain. So that's where I'm at. I put up a poll, too, at Shaun Morash on Twitter, X. Who will have the better legacy in New York sports when all is said and done? Two guys we're excited about here, George Lombard Jr. and Jaxson Dart. Very early on, Tiki, Jaxson Dart has the lead. Of
course.
All right, we'll take your calls on that, read the tweets as well, and Posted and Toasted comes your way. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash on the Fan, and our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Circa Resort and Casino has a way for you all to win a lot of money this football season. $30 million in guaranteed prizes in Circa Million and Circa Survivor. There are 3 ways to win. Circa Million 6, which is $6 million guaranteed in prizes. Pick 5 teams against the spread every single week, and the winner takes home $1 million. Then there's Circa Survivor, $20 million guaranteed to the winners. Pick 1 team straight up every week, and if your team loses or ties, that entry is eliminated. You can only pick each team once per season. And then Circa Grandissimo, the ultimate high-stakes survivor game, $100,000 entry fee, so this is for the high rollers. All the same rules of the survivor game are the same, except there are only a minimum of 2 entries. 3 ways to win: Circa Million 6, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo, all at the Circa Resort and Casino. $30 million in prizes. Sign up at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada and play from anywhere.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Motion PT. Living in New York is not a spectator sport. Don't let pain keep you on the sidelines. Get back to what moves you with Motion's expert physical therapist. No referral needed. Most insurance is accepted. Schedule an appointment at motionptg.com today.
It's a hot time in the summertime with Stateside. Meet WFAN at the Stateside Beach Bash at the Salt Shack in Babylon. The ultimate end of summer party on Long Island. Join us for a live broadcast with Evan Roberts and Shaun Morash, featuring Jerry Recco on Friday, August 28th at 10 a.m. It's an end of summer party with Stateside and the Fan broadcasting live.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Life can change suddenly without any warning whatsoever. When you're sidelined due to a debilitating personal injury, it's crucial to have a trusted team on your side. The Rothenberg Law Firm has over 50 years of spectacular courtroom experience, ensuring that you're not facing those obstacles alone. Winning and collecting billions for our clients, we are committed to helping you recover whatever you deserve. The Rothenberg Law Firm, 1-800-624-8888.
Be a lawyer for injured ones. InjuryLawyer.com.
Summer's heating up and pest season is officially here. Mosquitoes, ticks, ants, and wildlife are becoming more active across the greater New York area as summer temperatures rise. Enjoy your summer, not the pests. JP McHale Pest Management helps protect your home, family, pets, employees, and customers all summer long. With local offices around the tri-state area, their local experts are ready with seasonal residential savings and free commercial inspections. Visit nopests.com. That's NOPESTS.com. JP McHale Pest Management, not just good, guaranteed.
There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Must be 21, please drink responsibly.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You've got a big day.
So you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
Can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
Boss, 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 bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Partly cloudy, high 88.
Weather brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Hey, Salicata here for CertaPro Painters, and my wife is still satisfied by my good friends at CertaPro Painters. They work fast and clean, and if she's happy, you better believe I'm happy. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call. 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for just $6. It's quick, easy, and it covers your whole morning, all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious, too? Because it is. It's a full breakfast, a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation at times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer. Cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Hey, it's Brew. Between my radio show, filming content, editing videos, and trying to stay connected with family, reliable Wi-Fi isn't really optional anymore. I just need it to work. And that's why I like that with Xfinity, you get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years, guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, Xfinity makes getting connected simple with same-day Wi-Fi so you can get online in minutes. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
The conversation never stops on The Carton Show. Join Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle weekdays from 2 to 7. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. A bad day at joint practices, getting worse for that Jet offense within the last couple of minutes. This now from Connor Hughes. Jets are in a move the ball period after a first down pass to Garrett Wilson. The offense took a delay game and then a sack on back-to-back plays. Frank Reich then took the entire starting unit off and replaced them with the backups facing a 2nd and 17. It's been a rough day for the offense.
Yeah, I can't say we didn't see this coming. Look, it's a new offense. There are growing pains with any new offense, especially with a brand new quarterback who was in a completely different system a year ago. But you've been in camp for 2 weeks now, and you're not functioning at a basic level. That's concerning. It really is. Now, I know we expect every veteran to kind of take control, but I still think that there is limitations on what this ultimately is going to be, and we're seeing it obviously in first joint practice ahead of their first preseason game, which is on Friday night at MetLife Stadium.
Friday night, MetLife versus the Bucs. And this Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. We're going to get to Posted and Toasted just a moment. We're going to get to, obviously, the Knicks and a couple of their their scheduled leaks coming out. Interesting tidbits with that. But first, John in Staten Island at 888-808-1019. John, what's up?
Gentlemen, I am so excited about George Lombard Jr. I have not seen, somebody come up since Donnie Baseball or the Sanchez or Mr. October, Mr. November. We need to give him a nickname. He's got to be the Lumberyard. George Lumberyard Jr. takes him to the wood chipper. At least you'll get 7 months out of it. Bye.
The Lumberyard. That's not bad, John.
It is not bad at all.
You know what the thing is, though? Think about, though, the other guys he talked about. Donnie Baseball.
Lombard's Lumberyard.
Okay, but that's very me dad jokey, is it not?
That'll replace the Judge's Chambers, the Lumberyard.
The Lumberyard. That's a good point. So I could see playing off
but
that.
when Judge's Chambers first popped onto the scene, wasn't that also corny? There's
extremely corny.
There was no way
corny.
people are like, "That's badass, man." They were like, "Are you kidding?"
And
that's the low-hangingest fruit I've ever heard.
And you know what happens with low-hanging fruit? I'm just kidding. Here's the thing, though. I think George Lombard, with the way he plays defense, I think he deserves a little more than Shaun Morash making a hokey playoff of Lombard this, Lombard that. How about just simply this? Georgie Smooth. I mean, he is so smooth, man. He's so smooth in the field.
He is smooth, but no.
Okay, what do you got?
I don't know.
King George?
No, because we can't say King George because there's a King Brunson.
I think we can.
How?
I think he's already taken over. He's ready to take the crown.
Stop it.
I think a week in, we already know.
All right, what do we think about this? Now, this is a stretch. George Lombard, GL, or GLP1.
The fat shots?
Yes.
Where are you force feeding the P1?
No, the GL.
I know.
George Lombard, the initials.
Yeah, but then how you in the P1?
What's the P1? How is the P1 relevant?
Position 1. Power 1.
But he's not position 1. That's the pitcher.
In the Yankees' heart, he is.
In the Yankees' heart, he is.
Yeah, the fans' hearts.
There's something
GLP1.
there. There's something there. You need to go back to the drawing board a little bit.
I said it was a stretch.
Georgie pinstripes. Something like that. Either way, we'll workshop it. George Lombard's probably worthy enough. Anyway, it's time for Posted and Toasted.
It's time for Posted and Toasted.
Posted and Toasted in 1, 2, 3. Posted and Toasted where Evan finds the treats. Posted and Toasted will Tiki guess them right. It's Posted and Toasted time.
All right, Posted and Toasted is brought to you by the Rothenberg Law Firm. Injured? Visit injurylawyer.com. And Princeton Longevity Center. Experience the power of personalized medicine. I have found these tweets for Tiki Barber today. And Tiki, we're still going no options.
No options.
All right. So 4 tweets. I tried to find a real theme. It was a little more difficult, so we're going to workshop a little. The NBA schedule, at least part of it, came out today. So I take you back to December 25th on Christmas Day 2010.
2010?
16 years ago on Christmas Day, this was posted.
What were you, 18?
What was I in 2010?
20?
2010 I interned here in the fall. This is when I was finishing my internship. Matter of fact, I think this was my first hired paid for shift was Christmas Day 2010. Ironically.
Right?
Yeah. That's kind of crazy. So I was 23.
Wow.
23. Yeah.
Wow.
Here's the tweet. Sorry, Phil Jackson, but I love NBA basketball on Christmas Day with an exclamation point. And I read this as, sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. But maybe I'm giving this person too much credit. Okay.
So you read that as Andre 3000.
I did, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But sorry, unless Phil Jackson hated the NBA on Christmas Day and that was what this came from.
Andre 3000 is one of the great writers ever.
Yeah, tremendous.
Ever.
Outcast for those those young heads that don't know.
Dirty Sal. I'm going to say this was Gio.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
Dang it. Who else would... The problem is this is so long ago.
So long ago, and unless I'm thinking about it wrong.
Gio... Was it Keith?
You're wrong.
Look at me learn how to use the button.
All right, one more. I'm going to say, this was you?
You're wrong.
It was Evan.
Evan?
So this is good.
There's no way it was on. He was thinking Andre 3000.
So I read this as, sorry, Phil Jackson. Ooh,
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Now I need to know, did Phil Jackson just make an anti-NBA on Christmas Day comment, and that's what Evan was talking about? I don't know.
Maybe.
But either way, Evan loves the NBA on Christmas Day. The Knicks have the traditional noon game on Christmas Day. Verse, do you know, Tiki?
No.
The Spurs.
The Spurs
are coming to Madison Square Garden on Christmas Day at noon. A little championship matchup.
Did I tell you I sat next to Andre 3000 when I went to the what's that dinner?
The correspondence dinner?
No, not the correspondence dinner. The gala, the thing.
The Met Gala?
The Met Gala.
You sat next to Andre 3000?
Yeah, Andre 3000. Love that guy. He was awesome.
Did you say
It was so random of an event, but it was awesome. We're sitting in there like, what the hell are we even doing?
Did you say you're Andre 3000 when it comes to all-purpose yards? I'm Tiki 2000?
No, I didn't, but I should have.
That would have been great.
Hey Ya is one of the great songs.
Hey Ya's great.
It's
Outcast
depressing.
is awesome.
It's depressing, by the way. He's saying everything is going to fail in your life, including love. So why do you believe that it's going to happen?
And we're just dancing and snapping our fingers?
You know what he says? He says, y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all just want to dance.
Is that what the song's about?
Yeah.
Don't ruin Hey Ya for everybody.
Hey Ya. Y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all just want to dance.
Yeah.
It's telling a depressing story.
Oh, I got to listen to that later.
Just listen to it.
That's depressing. I love Hey Ya. My daddy. I'm snapping my fingers and
dancing. You just want to dance, though.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of Hey Ya, let's go to September 3rd, 2011, way back when. I'm guessing this is Labor Day weekend because I was kind of looking for like the end of summer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hot dogs, apple pie, Chevy, and tailgates. Nothing more #American than this. Hot dogs, no commas, by the way. Hot dogs, apple pie, Chevy, and tailgates. Nothing more #American than this.
That's boomericizing.
You got it. You got to have a boomer thing. You got it. Yes, it is boomer. How did you know that?
Just because Boomer is all America.
He is all. Oh God, is he?
And he's didn't he for a long time have the truck?
Oh, did he? I didn't even think of that.
I don't know if he actually had one, but he did the commercials.
True. Now I vaguely remember that.
Right. I don't remember if it was Chevy, but whatever.
I mean, boomer. Can we use a comma? My God.
That was back when, in 2011,
yeah,
you had limited characters.
Yeah, I'm sure Boomer was probably putting out a couple Labor Day cocktails or something.
All right. Tommy Lugauer is a generational talent.
I take you back to September 25th, 2013, to the end of a Mets season. And it was a very important Mets season around here at WFAN. It was the last time the Mets would be aired on WFAN before the Yankees obviously would come back to the station in 2014. So it's been that long. It's been 13 years now. So on September 25th, 2013, how about this? Our final time getting to say, quote, we take you until Mets Extra. But before Mets Extra, we talked to Sean Casey, Quentin Copels, and Tiki Barber. Tiki was in a guest list on WFAN with Sean Casey, Quentin Copels, and Tiki Barber. Who is that?
This is easy because this is Evan.
It is Evan. It is Evan.
You don't do Joe Beningo. He doesn't.
Are you stupid?
Because
Are you a stupid person?
That was one of my weekly hits.
Weekly hit. But how about that trio of guests? You were with Quentin Copels and Sean Casey. Those are 3 guests lined up. Now our guest today is Paulie Rosenberg.
Right. Back when we used to do guests. Now we just talk to you guys at 888-808-1019.
Hell, look at that, Tiki. Knowing the number. All right. And last but not least, in Posted and Toasted, I have to get your thoughts on a movie. December 24th, 2015. I'm thinking about the NBA and Christmas, of course. Are people really going to leave their Christmas Day celebrations early to go see a movie about concussions? Do you remember when the movie Concussion came out?
Yes.
Came out apparently Christmas Day 2015.
Is this you?
No.
You're wrong.
Al Dukes.
Of course, it's the token.
Definitely Al Dukes.
So Al Dukes sitting there as a serious movie comes out.
I like to lick my hands.
Who's seeing this in 2015? And that is, of course, your Posted and Toasted for today. Very, very interesting choices. Okay, back to the NBA schedule stuff before I get to the movie stuff. The Knicks, we found out on opening night, and I'm actually shocked. We're getting kind of some pushback from Knicks fans on social media. The Knicks are going to open up on October 20th. Let me get this right. A 7 o'clock tip. They will have their ring ceremony, Madison Square Garden, Tiki, versus the Philadelphia 76ers and LeBron James.
So they raise their banner, and LeBron is going to take the court.
Yes, absolutely.
King Brunson versus King James.
Yeah, now I love it as a non-Knick fan. I think it's pretty cool. Why
are Knick fans hating on this?
I'm trying to find the exact. There was a couple tweets that
because
popped.
I can see why, from an NBA standpoint, because the NBA waited forever to release the schedule, waiting for LeBron James, because you knew that no matter where he ended up, that team was going to play the Knicks on opening night.
Yeah,
you knew it was going to happen,
and I kind of thought so too, and I would embrace it. But I think it's an interesting perspective to bring up. Let me bring up our guy Alex B at Knicks Central on Twitter.
So these are from now the Knick fan perspective.
Knick fans, and I've seen a couple of these, but I'll point to Alex. I'll give him the love. In my opinion, it's obvious now that Adam Silver was, quote, waiting for LeBron to make a decision to create the schedule because it was always going to be LeBron at MSG to watch the Knicks get their ring and banner. Incredibly corny and typical NBA to not just let the Knicks have their moment without a sprinkle of the LeBron nonsense. And he's not the only one sharing that thought.
Well, you also have to think about this from a national standpoint. So on a national stage, is Middle America or West Coast non-basketball America, or not basketball America, embracing the Knicks? Are they saying this is awesome for the Knicks? Like we're jaded because we're in this environment and we went to the parade and we lived this unbelievable 10-game or postseason stretch that they went through. But is the rest of America embracing that? Like, are they gonna care when the NBA season starts and everybody is all Knicks after being all Knicks this entire postseason because how dominant they were, and say, yeah, I want to see, I can't wait to watch the Knicks? The answer is no. New York can't wait to watch the Knicks, but if you're running a business, and let's at the end of the day look at this as a business, you got to make it as appealing as possible to the largest swath of America. And the Knicks fan might hate it, and it might be a gluttonous money grab from an advertising standpoint to put LeBron and the Knicks at the 76ers on opening day, but that's business.
It is business.
I can't fault them.
Yeah, so I'm glad you put it that way because this is not a slight at the Knicks. In fact, I think Knicks fans should embrace this. The truth is, while the NBA Finals got monumental ratings of which we hadn't seen in years, a lot of this because of just simply how many people are in New York and the millions that are tuning in. And people were interested in a drought ending, and the Knicks, obviously they captivated. But to your point, nationally, the truth is the Knicks, led by Jalen Brunson, are still kind of getting disrespected from that narrative. Nobody cares about the Knicks nationally.
Yeah.
We care here, and it's hard to put ourselves there. Like Knicks fans that moved out of this area do.
Right.
The Knicks have more Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl champion in them than we realize. Not from a terms of
from a national perspective.
From a national perspective of, we respect you, you're a great team, but we don't really care about you. And maybe that's just because Brunson's supposed to prove to everybody how great, which he shouldn't. Right. He's all world, but it's like this disrespect is insane. So to Alex's point, the other Knicks fans' points. Look, the Knicks were going to play some sexy team, whether it was Boston or, whatever, Miami with Giannis. Like, there was going to be a sexy East team that was in there. Choosing the Sixers with LeBron, it's going to feel more like it's a LeBron's and Philly show, and I get that when you get there. But, dude, you're hanging a banner. Who cares in the end?
Right.
Make it about you. Now, the other part that I found a little silly, Christmas Day, I know it's kind of been synonymous with the Knicks and noon now. It's a little bit of a tradition, but it wasn't that long ago. I remember the Barclays hosting Net games at noon on Christmas Day. I think the Knicks, as the champion, earned the right to have that bump back and be in that 2:30, 5:30, or even primetime window. Put a noon game in Miami at that point, like you've done in the past. Orlando.
Did they give the timing on this?
Yeah, it's going to be the noon game. So I said it to say, our championship NBA Finals rematch is noon on Christmas Day. I'm not even done unwrapping the gifts yet.
Yeah,
and football.
I'm in the break
now. Football's at 1, 4:30, and 8. So you can't really avoid it anyway. So at least you get an hour with no football.
I think that's why it's. I think that's why it's there
because of the football.
Because of the football. Like, honestly, what are people now? We talk about this every year. Last couple of years, at least. Shaun, the NFL has hijacked Christmas Day from the NBA.
It has.
It used to be just NBA.
It has.
It is now NFL. And so if you are the NBA, you want the Knicks and you want the rematch. If you're going to make it a rematch game, you want it to be before football starts.
And I guess if you want it at noon, you hope enough people are there at noon and don't flip over till that game's over.
Well, even if they do, at least they're watching half the game, or maybe probably like 3/4 of the game.
True. Okay. All right. So maybe the noon slot has become more desirable on Christmas. I guess I could get behind that.
Only because of the NFL, dude.
And it's Packers Bears is the 1 o'clock game. Bills Denver 4:30.
That's going to be a great game.
You would think.
And based on preseason expectations, that should be a great game. It should be a throwback to when the Packers and the Bears were both really good.
The night is Seattle Rams, 8:15 at night.
And that's West Coast. And by the way, I think this 76ers-Lakers will destroy it.
You think?
Yeah.
That's at 5:30 though, no? Or is it 8?
Is it? Or is it late?
I think 8 o'clock is Thunder Timberwolves. I think you get 5:30. So I think it's going up against Buffalo, Denver, which to your point, Seattle. Yeah, no, here's the problem though, Tiki. Those first two games on Netflix, Fox, broadcast television, Seahawks Rams can do a monster number on Christmas
I thought they were all on streaming.
No, not that night game. It's on Fox apparently. Prime has a Christmas Eve game.
So I take
Texans,
that back. Fox
Eagles.
will destroy it.
Nothing more you want to hear about than Christmas Day here on a hot, humid day in New York City. But that's what's going on with the Knicks schedule right now.
Right.
I don't have an issue with it. Sixers on opening night. I'm jacked up. Oh, and the other issue.
There's also a Paris game. The Paris game, which is January 14th, San Antonio Spurs versus the New Orleans Pelicans.
We got that. And did you see what else is on opening day with the NBA?
No.
So it's October 20th. There are two things to note here. Number one, the Knicks are not going to be the first game. They are playing a 3 o'clock in the afternoon game between the Pistons and I think the Celtics in Detroit.
Boston at Detroit.
The NHL's tinkered with this in past years where they do a triple header and play an early game. Now, for everybody that complains about it, I would say this. Do you take off of work for March Madness every year? So if you're a Piston or a Celtic fan, I just say that to say, instead of taking off that Thursday for March Madness, then take off for your team's opening day if it's at 3. And God knows we play baseball games during the week all the time.
What day of the week is that?
It's a Tuesday.
October 20th? Oh, that sucks.
It does suck.
Because it's just
I get it. At least it's 3. People work from whatever. It's a weird time to open your season.
Right.
But baseball opens their season during the day. You know, there's no reason basketball on a Tuesday can't do that during the day. Now, here's the other thing we're going to run into. Opening night for the New York Knicks at 7 o'clock with the 76ers. There might be another show in town that night. That night, right now, because the schedule came out yesterday, the MLB postseason schedule came out yesterday, October 20th is Game 7 of the American League Championship Series. Why is that relevant? Well, first of all, insert joke here. If you don't think the Yankees will make it to the ALCS, I can't argue with you, right? But you still look at the American League. I mean, how could you discount that they would be there? Now, a Game 7 still would have to happen, too. Like, a couple leagues have to happen. But there is a chance that the New York Knicks are raising a banner on the same night the Yankees are in a do-or-die game to go to the World Series.
Oh, man.
And that is my Evan Roberts message to you. Look out for October the 20th. How about that?
That would be epic. I mean, look, the Yankees are still one of the best teams in the American League.
Yep.
And they're going to get better when they get healthy. So, obviously, that is a possibility. But hopefully, in the ALCS, because of all of the weakness of the American League that we've talked about, it's over in 4, and you're not even worried about it.
I hope that's the case. Yankees over the White Sox in 4, and they could prep. Now, Knicks-Celtics game 2 of the season in Boston. Your first trip versus Mitchell Robinson, game 1 of the World Series. So just say. So when the Yankees are playing the Dodgers in game 1, Knicks and Celtics. All right, a little potpourri on the board. How about me using it right?
Yes.
Steve and Lake Hiawatha. Steve, what's up?
Hey, Steve.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's up?
Thanks
Steve?
for having me on the show.
Yeah.
Tiki, I'm a big fan. I was at all the games. I used to dress up as Captain America way back in the day. And, you guys were talking about, I got a George nickname, by the way.
All right, let's hear it.
First, you remember the old Giant, you guys were talking about stadiums yesterday, the old Giant Stadium. Remember they had those round circle things you would walk out instead of escalators? They were
right. The ranch.
Yeah.
So Tiki, while you were in halftime getting the second half plan, people would go out there and throw money down in the middle.
What?
And then
the women.
People would go run out and get the money, and people from the top would throw pretzels and beers at them.
Jet games
time,
used to be beads, and women would take off their tops down those things. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, one time me and my friend collected $60 in loose change.
Amazing.
How old were you?
20s probably.
Perfect. That's beer money.
So isn't the Bronx called the jungle sometimes?
Is it?
Yeah, the concrete jungle.
Yeah, concrete jungle.
George in the concrete jungle.
George of the jungle. Watch out for that tree. You know?
Yeah, I like it. That was a Sterling machine call the other day. George in the concrete jungle. Now it's a little lengthy.
George of the jungle.
Yeah.
I forget it. George of the jungle.
Watch out for that tree, right?
Watch out for that tree.
That's the second verse. It's like something strong as you can be. Watch out for that tree. Bing.
That's very pre my era.
I used to love that song.
Do you want him called George of the Jungle? You can
I
start
don't know.
it,
I
Tiki.
kind of like that.
All right, when you remember the lyrics to the song, we'll come back with that. Ken and Bethpage. Ken, what's up?
Hey, Ken.
Hey, dude, you guys were talking about low-hanging fruit before. How about George Lombard G-Lo?
Oh.
G-Lo.
Instead of like A-Rod, G-Lo.
It's too much like J-Lo.
Yeah? I guess it
Yeah.
is. C-Lo? G-Lo?
I'm going to call him Georgie from the block.
Georgie from the block. I like it. All right, Cologne and Hawthorne. Hold on, Cologne.
Hey, guys.
Hold on. Strong as could be. Watch out for that tree.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, by the way, they'll start playing that. That might be a walk-up song soon. Cologne and Hawthorne. Cologne, what's
hey,
up?
Cologne, what's up, dude?
Hey, guys, a couple of things. Listen, the last time the Yankees played a Game 7 ALCS on October 20th, that was 2004, and that's Mickey Mantle's birthday.
How about that? Good nugget there. Not a great night in 2004, but
Not at all. Not at all. Also, look, listen, last year the big story was KD going to the Rockets. And that was the team they put up against OKC on opening night.
Great point.
It went to overtime.
Right, so they're going to do that every year regardless.
They want the big story.
They want the big star to play against the champion.
That's exactly it. What did you expect? The Memphis Grizzlies to go to Madison Square Garden opening night for the nation to see just so the Knicks could have a walkover? Enjoy it. By the way, embrace it.
Of course.
Knicks Sixers opening night. I don't understand the frustration. Of course, the NBA loves LeBron. You're hanging a banner that night. Don't worry about the NBA.
Right.
All right, we're finally going to give our thoughts on what the hell happened in that Toronto-Boston game last night as well. Could you take your calls on the bad day at Jet Camp? Obviously, the Giant expectations. George Lombard versus Jaxson Dart. Who you got for the better legacy? A little bit of everything here on Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash. And here we go. Back to school, back to work. It's almost fall and football season, so now is the perfect time to shop Flag and Anthem's College Game Day collection. Flag and Anthem has your Saturday lineup covered. Rep your alma mater or your kid's college. 17 schools to choose from and more on the way. All your favorite shirts, quarter zips, and hoodies from Flag and Anthem with officially licensed logos. Plus, shop the end-of-season sale. Save big on wear-now gear and versatile layers you could wear today and into fall. Visit flagandanthem.com. Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
It's Boomer and Gio. Mornings on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
This is what happens when you have people like Steve Cohen who have no idea how to run a team.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear. And he came in guns a-blazing, and everybody was fired up about it. He does invest in the team. He does care about the team winning, but he has not been the guy that we thought we were getting.
Get Boomer and Gio on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and the free Odyssey app.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
It's true that the Los Angeles Dodgers are the favorite and the deserved favorite to win another World Series championship. But LA still has work to do in this regular season. Despite last night's win and Tarek Skubal's first home start as a Dodger, LA is currently tied with Atlanta and behind Milwaukee in the National League standings. If the season ended today, LA would have to play Philly in the wild card series. LA still has work to do. I'm Nick Costos.
Baseball season is in full swing, and there's no better place to be than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. Last week, Boston was trading at 9% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $1,052 with a win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market. As the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code UPDATE to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it is legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. Bonus credits do not expire. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Now at Lowe's, faster quotes start at the Lowe's Pro Desk. Got a material list handwritten on a sticky note or saved as a photo? Perfect. Bring it to us and get a quote in minutes. And if you don't see what you need on the shelf, we'll help you get it. You can access thousands of products beyond what's available in-store or on Lowe's.com, right from the Lowe's Pro Desk. Build quotes faster and source the materials you need to keep your jobs moving. Just like that, at Lowe's.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks, Plans start at just $10 a month and stay there. Plus, real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose. So learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov from New Jersey Human Services. The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose. So learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov from New Jersey Human Services.
Hey, Yankees fans! Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st, as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Living in the city that never sleeps, you need a powerful home connection that keeps pace with your midnight grind. Keep your connection as legendary as the city itself. If you're a Verizon mobile customer, switch to Fios Home Internet and get reliable 100% fiber optic speed for just $20 a month. It's high-speed fiber dependability for less than a week of subway rides. Visit Verizon.com and switch today. Availability varies for Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. One offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Look at Paulie Rosenberg.
Rosie popping the Outcast. Tiki was just playing this in the break to me, and it is so true. I never noticed how Outcast songs, a couple big hits, start off as really nice for the first verse, and then everybody's catchy and dancing, and you don't realize it's all about misery.
Right.
After.
He's like, everything ends. What makes love the exception? And he goes, y'all ain't listening to me. Y'all just want to dance.
It's true.
It's crazy.
I think the Jets need a little outcast in their life just to make everything look better. Speaking of the Jets, we did a lot of them earlier. They're having the joint practices today. 2 hours from now, the Carton Show. Craig and C-Mac are out at Jets camp. They have that joint practice with the Bucs today. I'm sure plenty good guests coming up as well. So you want to keep it locked. Big Jet Day here on the Fan. Geno Smith apparently has bounced back from the 3 interceptions he threw versus the Bucs. There's a couple touchdown passes, except one to Mason Taylor. Apparently was called back to a Membu holding call, whatever. So the Jets are back now. Geno's back to being great.
I mean, here's the thing. You don't think about it because it's training camp and it's a joint practice. It doesn't mean anything, but you're practicing to play games, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the things that the interceptions, we make a big deal about, oh, Geno's terrible, XYZ. But why that matters is that football is a game of possessions. You only get 10 to 12 in a game.
When you think of it that way, yeah.
And if you're giving away 3 of them, Shaun just said that, he just threw a touchdown. It got called back. But even if it was, whatever. Okay, but you're down 28 to nothing right now.
Right. That's putting lipstick on the pig at the end when the score gets closer.
You have to practice managing your possessions and maximizing your possessions. And from this first joint practice, the Jets aren't good at it right now.
No, they're not. You think Geno's going to play Friday night?
I doubt it.
Probably not with the joint practices.
I doubt it. Yeah, because you're getting it now.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
You're basically getting game-like, because it's not. They're not. I wonder if they are tackling to the ground. I doubt it.
I don't know. Yeah,
I doubt it. Probably thudding, but it's. I doubt you're getting like a real type game. But it is like playing a game. The circumstances and situations are game-like, and so I doubt they're going to play on Friday. Friday will be for all the young kids.
Yeah, I'd like to see David Bailey play a little Friday. Apparently, he was in the middle of a fight today as well. Get into that. And
that's definitely why he won't play then, because it'll really escalate.
Really, sure, get things going. Either way, interesting day at Jet Camp. We're going to get to that play from last night's Toronto Red Sox game in a little bit, but you guys have lit up the phones at 888-808-1019. So enough of me and Tiki and more of you. Chris in Michigan. Chris, what's up, man?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Oh, it's good, dude. How you been?
Been good. So I wanted to call. I have a question afterwards about a football question for you, Tiki. But
yep,
so,
we got you. Evan's not here. He won't cut you off.
I got you. I'm going to keep my hand in the pocket.
Appreciate it. So about the LeBron situation, this is just my opinion as a Knicks fan. I think why people are upset as a Knicks fans is because we knew we were going to get LeBron no matter where he went. You were absolutely right.
Right.
Shaun. But I think the problem is he's doing that documentary. So I think what that thing is going to, whole thing is going to be is they're going to be like the last chance for a ring, the chase for a ring, and they're going to make it all about him.
And it started against the defending NBA champion.
Yeah. Can I calm everybody down, though? LeBron and his partner have come out and said, not true, no documentary this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that came out last week, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hopefully
now,
that's
by the way,
truth and there's no hidden cameras.
Exactly what I was going to say. If we see in 5 years a documentary come out, we knew it was BS, but apparently that has come out that he doesn't want it documented because he hasn't committed to this being his last year yet.
Oh, another nugget I didn't know. Okay, so real quick, I won't keep it too long. I know you got lots of callers. Tiki, Lions fan, you're friends with Dan Campbell, all that good stuff.
Yep, Campbell, he's the best.
Do you think he deserves to be on the hot seat after everything that's happened the last 2 years with like injuries and stuff? I do not. They're not saying it here, but I really worry when you guys were doing the list if his name was going to pop up. So I'll hang up and I'll listen.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
You answer that, and I'll look back at that list from yesterday.
I don't think so that he's going to be on the hot seat. Look, they had a let's call it a down year, but they still had a winning record. Right, they were last in the division technically, tied with the Minnesota Vikings. But I think you could explain it, right? The injuries that got in the way, and now being the team that everybody is preparing for, right? They were the golden child in the NFC South North for the last 3 years, and he took a step back. So if they have a losing record, I think he goes into next season on a significant hot seat, but I don't think this year it's hot.
I would agree. From the Bet Online sportsbook stuff I read yesterday, he is 10th in order of that list on odds, 20 to 21.
10th most likely.
To be the first coach fired. So ahead of him, obviously we said Aaron Glenn yesterday was 1. Todd Bowles was 2.
Yep.
Zach Taylor in Cincy was 3. Shane Steichen in Indy was 4. Brian Schottenheimer in Dallas was 5. Dan Quinn, who we mentioned yesterday, is 6.
I'm surprised Quinn is below Schottenheimer.
I agree, especially because as much as I kind of dunked on the Cowboys, you would expect Dallas to be better than Washington this year. But okay. Also, Shoddy, though, who knows? Sirianni, 7. Vrabel, 8, which I don't see. The guy just went to Super Bowl. I guess that's off the Rossini stuff.
Yeah.
9 is Kevin O'Connell, which I think the Vikings would be moronic.
Go ahead. He'll get a job immediately.
By the way, that's a guy. If the Vikings were stupid enough, the Jets should jump all over and say, hey, you're going to get your quarterback you want to draft.
Right, and he's the quarterback whisperer.
Yep, and 10 is Dan Campbell. Right behind him is Matt LaFleur of Green Bay, who I think is another guy, if Green Bay doesn't meet some expectations.
Is John Harbaugh 32nd?
Let me go down here.
He's got to be. There's no way he's
not, but he's in like astronomical territory.
Right.
So they have a bunch of guys at 200 to 1 or higher. It's Hafley, Harbaugh, Reed, Minter, Brady, all the new coaches.
Yeah.
Kubiak, Cohen, Liam Cohen in Jacksonville, which is odd. He had a great year last year, but you tell me if Jacksonville went backwards and won 4 games, Liam Cohen at 300 to 1 could be the first coach fired?
No, I can't see that. They won 13 games last year.
You know what? Also, you got to remember, this is first coach fired, not just fired, period.
Oh, yeah, right.
That's why.
Right.
So obviously none of these guys are going to be the first. Like Liam Cohen would survive the season. By the way, I don't think he's getting fired. I'm just saying, knowing the Jaguars, they're up and down every single year with that ownership group. But, yeah, I mean, that's the case. I think that's interesting with Dan Campbell, though, with what he brought up, because, I mean, this is kind of a pretty interesting year for Detroit because you took that understandable step-back year, injuries happened. You got to get right back in there, and this is a tough division.
Yeah, and it was really the defense. Their defense was average. Their defense had been really good. They lose Aaron Glenn, obviously, to go ahead and coach the New York Jets. Lost some personnel, and they were bottom third defensive team. They were still top 5 in offense. And Jared Goff had a phenomenal year, 34 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, but it felt like winning was outside of their grasp in a lot of these, in some of these games.
Yeah, totally.
Especially at the end.
Yeah. It's fascinating. Detroit's fascinating. I think they open up that Bills stadium too, right? Don't they go to Buffalo week 2? I think I'm right about that. That'll be a big game early on in the year. Mike in Long Beach. Mike, what's up?
Yes, you're right.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Let me get you off speakerphone. Give me a second here.
What's up, Mike?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
All right. I just want to know, why are Yankee fans' egos so fragile that whenever the Yankees do something, it has to be the best? Like, the Red Sox go on this run, and it's like, all right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's a nice story. But if it was the Yankees, we'd never hear the end of it. Same thing with Lombard. The kid comes up, hits a home run his first game, and turns a double play that any competent shortstop should have made. But right away, he's Tony Gwynn at the plate, Ozzie Smith in the field, and you get a kid like Benj, who comes up, homers his first game on opening day, has played a stellar outfield, is one of the front runners for Rookie of the Year. But if that was Lombard with Benj's numbers right now,
so there we have it.
We're building a freaking monument for the kid.
Mike, there you have it.
You want to give him nicknames now? Can you pump the brakes on it? But just because he's a Yankee, the greatest debut in history, greatest shortstop prospect, Honus Wagner. It's unbelievable.
Mike, first of all, Benj has gotten his flowers. A lot of people think he's great. It's a product of the team not being good. But let's be honest.
The problem is the team isn't good.
You're not mad that Yankee fans are throwing bouquets at George Lombard, nor do you think Lombard stinks. You're a bitter Met fan that they're getting attention. Right? I heard it. See, he couldn't even answer. I heard it through his voice. I understand it. Listen, if I was a Met fan, I'd be frustrated too. And I think there's some truth to that.
If you're a Met fan, you're excited about
Exactly.
Benj. You're excited
Ewing?
about Ewing. You're excited about Francisco Lindor smashing a 425-foot home run yesterday. Right? They have talent on that team.
Of course.
But I think as a Met fan, you're frustrated because they have talent on the team, and they're 18 and a half games out of first place in the division and 11 games out of the wild card.
And Carson Benj and both A.J. Ewing have gotten plenty of high praise this year. Was it too early to give them the high praise early? People thought, I know we did on this show talking about Benj and Ewing, a month in, whatever. The thing is with George Lombard and the Yankees is Carson Benj was one of many that came up with the Mets that you were hoping were good. George Lombard was the guy the Yankees refused to trade that we have heard about for 3 years, finally comes up and is in the middle of a pennant race. It's not Carson Benj and A.J. Ewing's fault the Mets are not, at least for now. I mean, unless they continue to get red hot.
You get more flowers when your team is good and you're good as well.
That's it.
If you're good and your team is bad, it gets muted a little bit.
And also, if you're a Met fan that doesn't like that George Lombard's getting attention because you want more attention on A.J. Ewing or Carson Benj, man, worry about other things. I got to be honest with you. Sometimes as a overdramatic, my blood pressure rises Yankee fan, I wish I wasn't like that. I kind of like when the attention's off a little bit and guys are cooking. Like, I kind of like some of the best Giants teams and runs happened 2007, like happen when people aren't paying attention to them and they kind of go on a run. I'd rather that. It's probably better to root for Carson Benj and A.J. Ewing right now.
Well, it's almost easier when people aren't paying as much attention, which might explain why the Mets are playing good baseball right now.
Everybody stopped watching them.
Of course.
And that's it. Now all of a sudden they're playing great baseball. I mean, Keith Hernandez is complaining way less. What's the matter, Paul?
Yeah, no. But the issue for the Mets fans is it's still another wasted, meaningless season.
Yeah, I get it.
That's the issue.
But you're gonna take it out on people celebrating George Lombard. I mean, what are we doing?
That's
here?
what we needle each other. That's what we do. That's what. Wait till the postseason. If the Yankees don't make the World Series, if they don't win the World Series, you're never going to hear the end of it. Again and again and again and again.
The Met fans are a piece of work. Then go watch college football in October. Don't watch the Yankees lose. Steve in Bayside. Steve, what's up?
Hey, you know how people have been calling the station for the last 10, 15 years saying if George was alive.
Yeah.
Well, when Lombard hits a home run, you could say George is alive.
Now, it's not a nickname, but I kind of like the saying. That would work on T-shirts.
Right. That is
George is alive.
That is taking Paulie's dad joke and making it better.
Yes, I agree. I would buy a George is alive T-shirt with Lombard's name on it.
Fantastic.
Here's what hurts Lombard right now, though. We need to finalize this number situation. 96, we probably think isn't going to stick. So what's he going to be next year?
Maybe. Evan thought he would change it by the first weekend.
He's going to change it next year to 13 or 11, depending on the future of Jazz or Volpe. That's what's going to happen. Or 14 if Rosario is not here. He's going to go lower number. Peter in the Bronx. Yeah. Peter, what's up?
Hey, Peter.
Hey, fellas, what's going on? My question for you guys is this. Last night, Senga getting his first career save. It's clear to me at this point that Senga can't start anymore. Do you think he has a future as a reliever if they just keep him as relief?
I mean, there could be.
Better future than a star.
He's got an electric fastball. He can dial it up to high 90s. I think he had 99 last night. And his fork ball is just it's unhittable at times. And so as a reliever, you got to get 3 outs. And generally, sometimes more if you're coming in the 8th inning. This is saying he's the closer, and he can work through difficult parts of the lineup with that kind of stuff, and not having to worry about what do I do the next time this rotation comes around or the lineup comes around. And so I feel like he can be, but it's going to take a lot more high pressure moments for him to dial into that kind of mentality. Because you think of it, when you're a starting pitcher, you're not always. I mean, some guys can because they have rubber arms, like Schlittler and others, Mazeroski. But I don't know if Kodai Senga could go 6 innings throwing 98.
No,
97.
But kind of a play on that. My biggest concern with Senga out of the bullpen becomes the rubber arm the other way, which is. I mean, remember when he first got here, it's almost like you needed the 6-man rotation. That's what they were used to, overseas pitching. And
if he's only throwing 20 pitches.
But that's why I'm curious how Senga handles that. Because if you're going to be a closer in baseball, Tiki, you need to basically be able to ready to go 2 out of every 3 days, right?
Yeah, right.
Is Senga with that bounce back? Can he embrace that mentality both physically and mentally to kind of have not that rest? I know he's not throwing as many pitches.
It would be interesting to see if he's available or if Andy Green uses him tonight.
I think you got to test him on a back-to-back.
I think you absolutely have to because he's a bullpen arm right now.
Yes, that's exactly right. And look, you could fail as a starting pitcher, but turn around and become something as a reliever. I think that would be extremely welcomed. I mean, in the wake of losing Edwin Diaz, who stinks, by the way, Devin Williams on the IL, you trade Luke Weaver, you're paying Kodai Senga. If you find out in this last month and a half that he's got something there as a closer, maybe you don't feel the biggest comfortability knowing how vulnerable he still is next year.
Right.
But it's at least something that you weigh and consider with Devin Williams next year. And I don't think that's the worst position to be in if this is what he becomes.
Look, they're positioning themselves to find out who's going to be part of the solution.
That's exactly
in 2027. That's what the focus is for the rest of this year for the Mets. Winning is great. And again, we talked about this a little bit earlier. They're probably going to have to go on a ridiculous run, like 12 straight wins, as we mentioned before, in order for us to start saying, oh, maybe they have a shot. They don't, but right now that's not even their focus. The focus is to figure out who's going to be part of the solution in 2027.
All right. Now, before we continue to take your calls, we've been teasing this enough, talk about the play last night, Toronto and Boston. So for those of you who maybe been under the rock, missed it or whatever, I woke up right away. Tiki was texting all over it. I had people messaging me last night about it. Essentially, I'm going to give you the verbal scenario, and if you've heard it, fine. Chime in, 888-808-1019, and we're going to break down, is this stupid or is this not? The scoreboard in Toronto makes a mistake. On purpose, not on purpose, we'll leave the conspiracy theories up to there. Mm-hmm. There is actually 1 out in the game between the Blue Jays and Red Sox, but the scoreboard flashes 2 outs. So the game is 2-0, and what was this, the 7th inning at the time, I think this was? Okay. Rafaela comes up with runners on first and third. He hits a fly ball to center field. Scoreboard is showing that there's 2 outs. The ball gets caught. Both runners who think there's 2 outs because they're looking at the scoreboard.
On first and on third.
On first and third, take off before the ball is caught, obviously, which would cause you to not be tagging up and whatever.
Right.
The ball comes in to first base to get the 3rd out, but that run that never tagged up from third going home has crossed home plate. There is now a 16-minute delay that then happens because, according to Major League rules, that run, despite not actually tagging up, counts.
That's what I don't understand. And even the broadcasters on the call were confused by this.
Yes. I think I finally have it.
Okay, because I don't. Because when there's a caught ball, you have to tag up, correct?
Correct. But, okay. So this is being called the 4th out rule. And apparently it's existed in Major League Baseball. All right. You have to tag up. So because both runners didn't tag up causing this chaos, and the 3rd out happens to end the inning ends, but that run scored. Okay, great.
But it didn't score legally.
It didn't score legally. But the way to get the runner out is you have to appeal that the runner left early. Even though everybody in the building saw the runner left early. The Blue Jays didn't do the just formatic, we appeal the third base.
Or just throw it to third base.
Instead of first base,
yes.
Right. But I think in real time, the outfielder just saw the runner going and didn't even realize the rule because it's not something that happens often. So when the runner leaves early, the problem is once you go into your dugout, you have declared you have no appeals on the inning, and the inning is over. So even though everybody in the stands, everybody in the dugouts, and those umpires saw a runner from third base leave way early because the runner thought there were 2 outs and not 1 out, and he crossed home plate, because the Blue Jays got into that dugout without appealing, the ability to appeal is over, and everybody in the building can know the guy's out, but it counts as a run as a result of not appealing. Max Scherzer, when I was watching the broadcast last night, apparently told the field reporter that they were not given the opportunity to appeal, which was their issue because the umpire waved off the run and basically told them on the field it doesn't count.
Right.
So the Blue Jays were told by the umpires, according to Scherzer in real time, that the umpire said, no, the run doesn't count, he left early, when by the rules it does count. But Scherzer and the Blue Jays' point was, well,
so even
how could you punish us for not appealing?
Even the umpires got it wrong.
The umpires got it wrong, but because they got it wrong, the Blue Jays had nothing to appeal. But because they didn't appeal, because they weren't allowed to appeal, the run counts.
It's just
a colossal mess.
It's just odd to me. It doesn't make sense how that stood. But
right.
I mean, I guess I accept it.
Look, you have to accept it because it's written in the rules, but here's the real problem. The rule is stupid.
Yeah, it is.
If there is something obvious to the naked eye...
Toronto won the game anyway, so whatever.
Right. But had they lost the game... By the way, this could have paid dividends for the Yankees.
And by the way, it was a 2-run game.
Yeah. If the Red Sox...
a 1-run game.
Tiki, we're burying this at 12:20. If the Red Sox chasing the Yankees had won the game, and this was the story last night, this is the lead of the show.
Of course.
Because it would have affected a pennant race. It's a rule so stupid with Major League Baseball, it shouldn't affect. Bottom line is this. In that scenario, you should have the right in the dugout to go, hold on here, you can't count that run, you waved us off. Crossing into the dugout like it's, Moonlight Graham crossing over the rocks to become an old man to a young guy in Field of Dreams shouldn't stop the ability to appeal before another pitch is thrown. That delay happens. It shouldn't matter that you're in the dugout. We've delayed the game. We're appealing. He didn't score. That's it.
Get it right.
Why have a rule that allows nonsense?
Right. And they reviewed it, as you mentioned, for 15, 16 minutes. But at the same time, you have the ability to get it right.
Just get it right. That's it.
Right, I agree.
Isn't that what this is all about? A run that shouldn't be allowed to score shouldn't score. A team basically got punished for making a double play and a guy scoring that left way early. Now, the other part is, can somebody in Toronto pay attention with the scoreboard?
Yeah.
Because, you can say a team has to know the outs. This is human nature, man. I'm in a ballpark. I'm looking up. I'm trusting that scoreboard operator.
Right.
You have one job. You can't fail at that. You got to know the outs.
I think if this game was in Boston, in Fenway, then it becomes a bigger issue because it's almost like.
Well, it's also handheld on the scoreboard at Fenway. You shouldn't be screwing that up.
I know, but you would be. It'd be a controversy. It'd be a conspiracy.
Right, that they were doing this.
That they were doing it on purpose. Now, because it was in Toronto, it doesn't feel like it was on purpose.
Well, I mean, if it was only on purpose if they didn't know the rule about that whole thing, and it was just like, hey, let's make these guys run.
Right.
Whatever.
I mean, that's high level, like you're playing chess.
Here's the thing, though, and I'm going to be honest. I don't know what the truth is on cheating or not, but after the Astros thing, I trust nobody in Major League Baseball, and that includes my own team, the Yankees. Like, I trust nobody not to get an edge. But either way, the whole thing's a mess, and you have the simplest solution is get it right.
Right.
Just get it right.
Just get it right. You have the ability to get it right. Get it right.
Get it right. Jeff in Oceanside. Jeff, what's up?
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. What's going on?
What's up?
So the reason the play is, think about it this way, right? You got a guy at third base. There's a sac fly, air quotes, right? Mm-hmm. But he leaves early, but you never appeal it.
Or you never throw it to third to get him out.
Correct.
Right.
The umpire's not going to tell you that he left early. That's your responsibility. Even though, yes, the scoreboard should have had the right amount of outs. But I'm sorry, the player needs to know how many outs there are. The scoreboard, who cares what the scoreboard says?
Right.
You're a Major League Baseball player. You need to know how many outs there are. So once they catch the ball, they would have just thrown to third base, which would have been the third out. Or if they went to first base and then they would have thrown the quote-unquote fourth out, would have been the appeal play. Because they went to they also messed up. They simply should have gone to third base first. He left early. They should have seen he left early, so it's on them. So it's not that crazy. This fourth out, people are having them on, they get first. No, they're kind of saying the fourth out is your appeal to get the guy out for leaving early,
Jeff,
which is
it's almost like both teams didn't realize there was only one out. You know what I mean? Like, as if you are the center fielder, you make a routine catch. You know that the guy on third leaves early. Go to third. It's honest. If you are an outfielder and you know that there's a run in scoring position on third base and you make a catch, go to third because you should know that that's only two outs. I need to appeal the guy. I need to get the guy out at third who I know left early. So it's like everybody didn't know there were two outs, and I get why you didn't. I mean, I didn't play baseball long. I stopped after, I think, my 8th grade year because I was into other things, wrestling and track and all of this other stuff. But I felt like before every first pitch of the next batter, everybody's going 1 out, 2 outs.
You're right. You're always holding the fingers up.
Everybody's communicating that.
1,000%.
You have to know what I'm doing on a specific play. So this was almost like everybody.
Yeah, they got lazy and leaned on technology.
Yeah.
But I still thought Siegler knew that there were only 2 outs because of the way he threw to first. And I think just in theory, all right, this is the shorter throw. I'm going to get this out. We clearly saw that guy left early. I think it goes back to the inherent argument is they knew they could just get that out at first and then appeal to third. But the moment the umpire told them, nah, this doesn't count, we're not appeal. That's where I think the Blue Jays have the right.
Right.
They knew they had to appeal. They were told by the umpire on the field when he waved them off, nah, it doesn't count, go back.
Yeah.
So once they crossed the dugout, and then the umpire goes, well, actually, we got a word from New York. Their point was we were going to appeal.
Right.
That was the point of him throwing in the first. That was the shorter throw to get the out. We'll appeal back. They weren't allowed that opportunity. That's the problem in my mind. Either way, get it right.
I agree.
If you're New York, don't call back with a fourth out rule.
Look, no harm, no foul.
I know.
Because the Blue Jays won the game anyways, but
had they not,
it's just a lot of drama for no reason.
And listen, we learned another rule in baseball that needs to be changed. Shocking. All right, when we come back, a little Cinco de Luncho. Continue to take your calls, 888-808-1019. Contractors, when deadlines are tight, you need a supplier that moves as fast as you do. Windorama stocks the Northeast's largest selection of in-stock Anderson windows and doors. Ready for same-day pickup or next-day delivery. Need custom assemblies? They're built in-house and for 3 days only, August 25th through the 27th. Save 10% on Anderson and Therma-Tru during Windorama's flash sale. Plus, Rama Rewards for Pros earn up to 2% back plus free delivery. Windorama for Pros, your job, your deadline, your team. Visit WindoramaForPros.com.
With fall sports right around the corner, now is the perfect time to make sure you're ready for the season ahead. My good buddy John Gallucci Jr., CEO of JAG Physical Therapy, always reminds me that the best way to stay in the game is to prepare your body before the season starts. So whether you're an athlete gearing up for a competition or already dealing with an injury, or you're a parent looking to keep your child healthy, the experienced team at JAG Physical Therapy will create a personalized treatment plan to help you improve strength, mobility, and movement to help reduce injury or to streamline your recovery. Schedule your appointment today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Surfside Iced Tea and Lemonades plus Vodka. It's not a seltzer, it's a Surfside.
Zach Brown Band.
Hi, this is Zach Brown and Zach Brown Band.
Keep listening for your chance to score a pair to see Zach Brown Band at Forest Hill Stadium on August 27th. Get your tickets now at AXS.com. It's all from our friends at The Bowery Presents and The Fan. WFAN.
Summer's newest drink is here. Meet Super Light, a refreshing vodka plus aid canned cocktail with only 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles. Whether you're hitting the green or kicking back with friends, Super Light is here to fuel the moment. Grab a variety pack or your favorite flavor at stores and bars near you. Must be 21 and over. Please drink responsibly.
It's August. The dog days of summer are here.
I wonder how Nielsen Dodge can make it better.
Have a Dog Days of Summer savings event.
That's a doggone great idea.
Now that's a good girl.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $289 a month. Yes, just $289 a month.
There's always 0 down payment available.
The credit help you need.
More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals.
Hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge,
fun is in the driver's seat.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event. With approval, term 36 months, due at sign, $69.82 at tax tag and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up, a whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply. You hear that? Listen carefully. That's my phone. No spam calls, no spam texts. I love the silence. Your phone? Probably not so quiet. Here's why. Data brokers are selling your personal information like it's on clearance.
Your phone number, home address, email, family members, political affiliations, even where you bank. Those scammers blowing up your phone didn't get lucky. They bought your information and they'll keep buying it over and over until you make it stop.
We did, with Incogni's help. Incogni automatically removes your personal information from hundreds of data brokers and people search sites. Incogni sends the legal removal requests. They follow up and keep monitoring so your info stays off those lists.
If scammers can't find you, they can't target you. If spammers can't find you, they can't bother you. Get 60% off right now at incogni.com/boomer. That's incogni.com/boomer. Because the sweetest sound your phone can make is nothing at all.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
Hey, Jersey pet lovers, Powerball is up to $975 million. How would you spoil your fur babies with that much cash? Pick up a ticket from any New Jersey lottery retailer.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Is there anything Albert, my AI financial assistant, can't do? Albert, can you create a financial plan just for me?
Yes. I've reviewed your accounts, income, and spending. Here's your plan and a few suggestions.
Great. Any savings I'm missing out on?
I reorganized your budget and found an extra $500 this month. Would you like me to transfer that to your savings?
Sure.
Done.
Oh, I'm thinking about moving. Can you get me more cash?
Albert can get you a loan up to $10,000 fast. How does that sound?
Sounds perfect. Looks like Albert really can do everything.
Download the Albert app and use promo code EARN to try Genius, your AI financial assistant, and get up to $10,000. Just download the Albert app and use promo code EARN to try Genius and get up to $10,000. Promo code EARN.
This is Modelo Especial, Chicago, Illinois.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's 5 o'clock. Your employees are headed home, but you're still updating spreadsheets, switching between software, and wondering where the day went. There's a better way. Odoo brings accounting, sales, inventory, CRM, and more together in one fully integrated platform, so you spend less time managing software and more time running your business, because your workday should end eventually. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The New York Giants are getting ready for a new season. What are your expectations for Big Blue? Join the conversation at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. So, up and down day at Jet Camp. This is becoming kind of the story here. The Jets apparently had a scare as Quantez Stiggers was at least taken by ambulance, according to Rich Cimini. He collapsed on the sideline today at this joint practice. Aaron Glenn, after practice, said he, quote, passed out. He was taken to the hospital, but Stiggers was conscious and talking on a hot, humid day. A very scary situation at Jet Camp, but good news that he's conscious and talking. Tiki, obviously, that's got to be alarming, though.
Yeah, it is.
Seeing that with a teammate.
I mean, look, this happens sometimes if you have blood pressure issues. This happened to me in Denver. I think I told you guys this.
That's right.
A couple years ago. It was hot out in Denver. It was like 100 degrees on the temperature thermometer, and it was like sticky hot. It was high altitude. I went to an event, and I just passed out at the event. And
that's scary.
Ended up having to go to the hospital. I was there for, I don't know, like 5 hours. Ronnie Barnes stayed with me the whole time. Great man and friend. And it happens sometimes because of the humidity. You talk about how cool it felt this morning.
Yeah.
But it heated up.
Oh,
and it's heating up today. So be careful outside. And it's tough at training camp, especially because you're in full competitive mode with a joint practice. So your body just isn't quite acclimated to it. And you have a little bit of a scare. Hopefully he is okay, though.
Yeah, obviously all the best to Stiggers. Hope he's okay. As I once said, heat is dangerous. I would do have to say there's a couple more things we get to, Jets. But first, my selfish pig note here, Tiki. As we were bumping back there, Paulie Rosenberg, who's on the ones and twos today, do you know what he said in my ear?
He said, wait for it.
He said, good job waiting, unlike Evan.
Nice.
Paulie, this was a conversation we had on the show yesterday.
Was it really?
Because Tiki said out loud, he goes, do you purposely wait for the beat to drop? Because Evan usually doesn't. And I said, thank you. I want to kiss you because you noticed that. So I just found it very funny that you acknowledged that.
Did you actually kiss him?
No.
Okay.
No. But, it's something you say. He knows I love him.
A virtual kiss.
It's a virtual kiss, exactly. Like
Virtual
a
smooch.
pandemic kiss.
Yes.
All right. Jet Camp coming up in about an hour and 20 minutes. We will have the Carton Show with Craig and C-Mac. I have been told I could promote at least two guests so far. One, running back Breece Hall will be on the show. I'm looking forward very much to hearing from Breece Hall, obviously signing that new contract. No more questions about that. The other will be Coach Aaron Glenn. Now, also Aaron Glenn in meeting the media on top of talking to Craig and C-Mac when he comes up, has made a very important announcement. Starters are playing Friday night.
Oh, wow.
So game one, preseason, Aaron Glenn, these guys are going to go out there and play football. I don't know what the exact quote was.
Good for Glenn.
Good for Glenn. So, by the way, I said to say, if you have tickets Friday night or we're thinking about whether you should go or not, just letting you know now,
Right.
Friday night, Jets-Bucks, you're going to get a taste of the Jet starters. Tiki, your thoughts?
I like that. I mean, look, you have a team that is in a mode to be better and to win. And the more real shots you get at it, the better you are. There's nothing like real games to simulate what the real regular season is going to be like. Now, again, you're not gearing up for 60 full minutes of a full game, but at the same time, you're excited for it as a player, but you need it more than anything.
Yep. Let's hear Aaron Glenn.
Have you made a decision on Friday yet in terms of starters playing?
Everybody's playing. Everybody's playing.
Why do you feel like it's important for starters to play?
Because that's what I want to do for the most part. And listen, you have two new systems, that's going in, and I think it's important for all guys to play. Now, there was science behind this also, as far as having joint practices and trying to get the guys at least throughout the preseason, 25 to 30 reps. I'm talking about all three games, So, and I don't know how I'll divvy that up. It's a field when you go into preseason. But what they say is when you get joint practices where the ones get a lot of reps, and then you have that many plays, 25 to 30 in the preseason games throughout those three games, the risk of injury actually goes down in that first part of the year. So, just talking to those guys, I'm a big believer in that. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, what he said there is exactly right. Your body, when you get into a real game, it's affected differently. Like the hits are different, the intensity is different, and you got to get your body used to it. It's why John Harbaugh always has tough camps, and I hope that Aaron Glenn is buying into that. I think he is. It sounds like he is. But the other thing he said is dead on. It's a completely different offensive system. So
of course,
you can come into training camp and say, well, I know this. Like by year 3 of Jim Fossil's camp or year 2 of Coffin's camp, you kind of know what the offense is, like you because they've been there for a couple of years and it just feels familiar to you. So you don't need the mental reps, but you always need the physical reps. You always have to have those before the regular season starts, and then all of a sudden it ramps up and you're not ready for it. And it's why so many teams around the league deal with these major injury issues at the beginning of seasons because a lot of these guys aren't playing. And your body mentally and physically isn't ready for it.
You need to take a hit. I mean, and when he says 25 to 30, he means combined over 3 games?
Yeah, he means over the 3 games. So, like, some of these guys aren't
like
going to
10 and 10 or 20
something like
10.
that. But, I mean, it used to play 80 reps.
Right,
you know what I mean? It used to be a ton of reps,
especially
in the preseason because you had 4 games. And the fourth game would be one where as a starter, you knew you weren't playing It was just who's making the team. But now, with only 3 preseason games, you got to get in as many as you can.
Yeah, and I feel this way, and I've always felt this way. I'm the first one to complain when a guy gets hurt in the preseason, like, what are we doing? But I'm also I'm an absolute hypocrite because I do appreciate when the starters play at least a little bit in the preseason because it is, taking that first hit or whatever, that nerve-wracking part, and just were you really prepared for week 1? You always question, if your team loses those first game or the first couple games, you always question whether you did enough in the preseason, as a fan at least.
That's right.
So I'll say this about Aaron Glenn, man. Look, it's one thing to be, in the betting odds, the rank, the coach most likely to be the first coach fired. It's another thing to say something like, Geno Smith's going to take us to the promised land. Like, everything about Aaron Glenn feels so negative. But I truly believe deep down, Aaron Glenn wants to do the right thing, wants to be a successful head coach, clearly. And if you're going to go down, if this is like a 2 and done, man, go down leaving no questions asked. Right. Have your team as prepared as possible, especially knowing how important beating the Titans is week 1 to having any sort of a season. And playing them in the preseason, I respect that from Aaron Glenn. And you find out who's with it and who's for it and, whatever. If you can handle the bumps and bruises, then you're ready for it to start the year. I like it. I do. I'm shocked based on the joint practices a little bit. I thought, like we talked about it last hour, but I like it from Aaron Glenn. I do.
I do, too.
So Jets playing their starters in the preseason. More from Jets camp coming up. 2 o'clock. The Carton Show is there with Chris McMonagle. All right, it's time. Let's eat.
El Pegamento.
Paulie Rosenberg.
The great glue, Paul Rosenberg.
In the booth, somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. Paulie, take it away.
Yes, Shaun, thank you very much. The Mets are playing well. 6-4 in their last 10 games, and a lot of that could be attributed to me, to interim manager Andy Green.
Okay.
So here are my top 5 interim head coach and managers in sports history.
All right, let's do it.
Just sports history.
Yes.
I like it.
Here we go.
Number 5.
Pit Boss Rich Bisaccia for the Raiders.
Pit Boss Rich.
In 2021, took over the Raiders midway, I believe, through the season, and he's only the second interim head coach in NFL history to guide his team to the playoffs. Behind, I believe, the 61 Oilers I saw. So, Rich Bisaccia, number 5.
Was that the year when the Raiders and Chargers could have played to a tie and both teams would have got in the playoffs on Sunday night? You remember that? And I think the Raiders won because the Chargers acted like idiots.
Right.
I think Staley was a moron.
Is he still coaching as if because he was a special teams coach?
He was the special teams coordinator for the Packers after, I think he retired after last season.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
I think he did.
I'll defer to Shaun.
All right. I'll look it up.
Number 4, Larry Robinson. Who's Larry Robinson?
The hockey coach.
The hockey coach from the Devils in 99-2000. This is Larry Robinson real quick. 8 games left. Devils GM Lou Lamoriello. Fired head coach Robbie Ftorek.
Hockey.
The Devils had the 3rd best record in the NHL at the time of the firing. 3rd best record. What happens? They won the Stanley Cup Finals over the Dallas Stars.
Dude, how is he not number 1?
So
interim coach winning a title?
So here's what I was talking to Shaun about this. This was a lot more detailed and in-depth than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
About figuring out the top interim head coaches.
Now, hold on. Rich Bisaccia did step down, and it looked like he was retiring from the Packers. He did. However, he has now been hired. He's the special teams coordinator for Dabo Swinney and Clemson this year.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
really?
but out of the league. That's interesting.
Out of the NFL, but in college.
That's fascinating. You want to know why?
Number 3.
Number 3, Dabo Swinney.
Are you serious?
Who was in Clemson. He took over for Tommy Bowden in 2008. And they removed the interim tag, and they won multiple national titles and became the program's all-time winningest coach.
I don't think I remember that Dabo was an interim.
I don't think I remember that either. I remember him jumping on the scene and being great right away. But I didn't think I remembered that he was an interim.
Also, what are the odds I find that Rich Bisaccia is working for Dabo and the very next one is Dabo?
You said that, and it's like crazy. Like,
People probably think we just coordinated that, by the way.
Absolutely
that is not the case.
No way.
Number 2.
Number 2, Greg Popovich. Who took over
He was an interim?
in 96-97, took over after they fired Bob Hill and went on to obviously become the NBA's all-time winningest coach and won 5 NBA championships.
That's incredible. All right.
And number 1
is
the great Jack McKeon.
Yeah.
Who took over the Marlins in 2003
yeah.
at 16-22, 72 years young. when he took over, and he leads the Marlins to a World Series victory over who?
The Yankees. Smoking a cigar, Yankee Stadium.
There you go.
Listen,
and that is your Cinco de Luncho.
That's a good list.
That is a good list. Another one that could have been included is Bruce Arians, who was an interim for the
Colts.
Indianapolis Colts. That was in season. I forget the head coach now.
That was Chuck Pagano.
Chuck Pagano got sick, so Bruce Arians took over. They didn't win a championship that year, but he did win Coach of the Year. Then finally, at 60-something years old, got his first head coaching gig with the Arizona Cardinals, took them to a Super Bowl, and then ultimately won a championship with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady at quarterback.
Arians, great one.
Yeah, Bruce Arians is a great one.
Arians is a good one. And even
he's family to me, but
we were talking about it.
That's right.
Lawrence Frank could have been on
the
list.
Nets.
John Tortorella from this year could have been on the list.
Went over to Stanley Cup, John Tortorella.
Yep.
Rob Thompson took the Phillies to the World Series. You know what's crazy? And look, whatever's going on with the Red Sox right now. Who is Chad Tracy?
Chad Tracy.
Yeah. I mean, they've gotten red hot. Moral of the story is this with Andy Green and the Mets.
If you think you need a head coaching change, make it.
That list is a great list because it shows you, like, interims can stick, man.
Yeah.
And they can be the best thing for your franchise. Also makes me realize the Mets should have done this a month earlier. Because it's such a fun story with the Mets right now. And Evan and I talked last week, and you were out thinking about what it would take to keep Andy Green as the manager. And I think we said something like 10 games over 500 the rest of the year because it would match out to like 20 games over 500, whatever it is. It's so weird because the Mets were so quick to announce that Andy Green is only the interim and won't be managing. Remember that?
Yeah.
Last year? And then it was brought up that Andy Green brought it up. Man, if Andy Green has a lot of fun the last month and a half and the Mets play like this, like above their heads, even if they fall short because it's too big a hole, how do you not consider the two of you getting together?
You have to. You have to think about it. I was just looking at Bruce Arians' coaching record. After he became head coach, so he won 9 out of 12 games as the Indianapolis Colts. That record doesn't appear on his career totals because that technically goes to Chuck Pagano.
He won Coach of the Year, though, didn't he?
He did win Coach of the Year, but he immediately got the job. This is 61 with the Cardinals, won 10 games, 11 games, 13 games, went to a Super Bowl in one of those. He only had 2 losing seasons in Arizona, and then he retired for a year.
Went to CBS.
CBS was in the booth, hated it because he couldn't cuss. And then he takes a job in Tampa in 2020. That's the James. In 2019, that was the Jameis Winston year. 2020, he wins the Super Bowl and wins 11 games, 13 games. His career record, 80-49.
Great coach.
It should be 89-51 if you count the Indianapolis year. So unbelievable career he had as a head. Obviously as an assistant because he won championships with the Steelers. But once he took over as head coach, he was exceptional.
We had that caller earlier that brought up, started with Eli Manning, led me to talk about Mahomes, about guys that become so overrated, they become underrated. I don't think Bruce Arians was ever overrated, but one thing I tell you for sure, when you talk about great coaches in NFL history,
he's definitely one of them. He's definitely one of them.
It's crazy, and you almost
and I don't think he's not going to get into the Hall of Fame because he wasn't a head coach long enough. He's only a head coach for 8 seasons, but
but to think about those years with the Cardinals and Bucks and that 1 year with the Colts, that's an incredible resume.
I don't disagree.
And all the damage he did in a short amount of time as a head coach.
God.
Like, that is really getting a bang for your buck.
It's like a shame because he's almost already today like a forgotten figure in NFL. He really shouldn't be.
No.
That's a great head coach. That's nuts. Matt, by the way, Bruce Arians type is exactly what the Jets need too.
Yeah, someone like that.
Someone like that. All right, Al in New Jersey. Al, what's up?
Hey, Al.
Hey guys, how are you?
All's well.
That dude Mike that called, he called the wrong show. Tiki, you're like the fiercest Yankee fan there is, and Shaun, like we know, he will. If Lombard goes 0 for 20 now, he will turn on him in a second. So, most
for
Yankee
better
fans
or worse,
are
Al. For better or worse.
Yeah, most Yankee fans are obnoxious, but you two guys aren't. That's my point with the Mets. David Stearns, for some reason, has this issue with giving long-term contracts to starting pitching. So I'm really enjoying the young starters that we have right now. My biggest fear is he's going to take this as more proof that he doesn't have to invest with the pitching, which honestly was our biggest issue over the past 2 years.
No, you're right about that. But I think
thanks, Al.
One of the philosophies of David Stearns is that he wanted to build the farm system, and it's not just for trading those prospects for top end players that can help you win a championship, but it's also for what you see happening with the Nolan McLeans of the world, the Christian Scotts, the Zach Thorntons of their system. It's just you need young players if you're going to be fiscally responsible. They don't need to be.
Right.
Because Steve Cohen has all the resources to do this, but if you want to be both fiscally responsible, but also have the financial wherewithal to actually go add that one piece that's going to make a big difference, you kind of got to do it this way. Not all teams are the Dodgers. And I got into a massive rabbit hole before the season, for the show started today about the Dodgers and, how their current construction is with the private equity money. Guggenheim Baseball Management is what it's called. But it was interesting digging into it because their philosophy is different than I think a lot of Major League Baseball teams. It's not about, the business being profitable, because I think in the how many years it's been, 2012 when they bought it, they've only made like $16 million in operating profit. Right. But the value of the franchise has almost tripled. And so if you are private equity, think about what private equity does. Private equity is not about how much money you're making. Think about SpaceX or any of these other companies. It's not about how much money you're making. It's what's the value of your
trending,
of your unit, of your business. And the value of the Dodgers business has been ridiculously growing over the last decade or so. And so it's a different mindset than what a lot of teams look at. A lot of teams are saying, I got to get asses in the seats. I got to turn a profit. The Dodgers are saying, we don't care about turning a profit. We just need the value of the franchise to go up.
Completely different revenue stream and way to approach it.
No doubt.
And it's just, something that, of course, the other owners in baseball are going to fight against, which is why we're probably in for a long
By the way,
winter.
did anybody realize that Steve Cohen almost bought the Dodgers?
If I did, I had completely forgot until you were going through that before the show.
Right.
What a different world this might have been.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if Steve Cohen got the Dodgers and the Guggenheim team said, hold on, we're not done here, and came back and said, New York sounds like a nice market.
Right.
Well, that big brother, little brother stuff might stick for Tommy if that was the case. 888-808-1019. Christine in Queens. Christine, what's up?
Hey, Christine.
Christine? All right. She wanted to talk about Lombard keeping 96 as his number, so I went there. All right. We'll get back to you guys on the phones. Plus, I got a lot of crap from CeeLo coming in. I want to get Tiki's take on that. What does that mean? That was an odd tease. You'll find out. And either way, Jet Camp coming up, a show, The Carton Show with Chris McMonagle, comes your way from Jet Camp. Brees Hall, Aaron Glenn for sure on the show at 2 o'clock. A little more to play with here next hour or so. 888-808-1019. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash. This Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
It's been a mostly drama-free offseason for the Dallas Cowboys, a departure from how things usually go. But there is some potential chaos lurking in the background. Star wide receiver George Pickens will play this season on the franchise tag, and his fellow wide receiver CeeDee Lamb now openly campaigning for the Cowboys to sign Pickens to an extension. Pickens has played nice thus far, but what happens if he doesn't? I'm Nick Costos.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. Last week, Los Angeles was trading at 16%, meaning a $100 trade would pay out $590 if they take home the title. On Kalshi, as the probability changes, you adjust your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code UPDATE to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it is legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. Bonus credits do not expire. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities? Switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
No matter what you drive, having the right tire matters. So take control with a new set of Bridgestone tires from Town Fair Tire. You'll choose from the area's largest selection of Bridgestone tires, and you'll get the Bridgestone tire you need at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair will give you more free services than all other tire dealers, clubs, or online sites. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands and Discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
All right, they won. You gotta text your buddies. Except you're driving. If you have to respond, pull over. Texting and driving is illegal and could lead to an accident. A safety message from the Rothenberg Law Firm. InjuryLawyer.com.
If someone is in crisis and at risk of hurting themselves or others, an Extreme Risk Protective Order, ERPO, can temporarily restrict their access to firearms, giving them time to get help. In New Jersey, family, household members, and law enforcement can petition the court to issue an ERPO. An ERPO isn't permanent, and it isn't a punishment, but it is a proven life-saving tool. Give them tomorrow and learn about ERPO today at erpo.nj.gov. erpo.nj.gov.
Hey Yankees fans, head out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, August 22nd for a very special giveaway. It's Hello Kitty Yankees Bobblehead Day. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will receive a Hello Kitty Yankees bobblehead. Don't miss the Yankees taking on their division rivals, the Blue Jays, Saturday, August 22nd at Yankee Stadium for Hello Kitty Yankees Bobblehead Day. Get your tickets now at yankees.com/tickets.
Optimal Fibers in the house. Y'all know the number. 877-393-4448. Optimum Fiber, so fresh, so fine. Got another provider leaving behind. Come on, everybody, let's get online. 30 a month, gonna blow your mind. 5 whole years, don't hesitate. Lock it in now before it's too late. 877-393-4448. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
I felt a jackhammering pain in my jaw.
Like someone sawing my bones. Barbed wire in my shoulder.
Like a cattle prod in my hip.
Like I put my foot in a blender.
Pain is different for everyone. But where pain starts, Jurnavix suzetrigine begins. Jurnavix is a non-opioid 50-milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain. Before those signals tell the brain to feel
like I punched an angry beehive.
And pain reduction can finally begin. Do not take Jurnavix with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems, as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Jurnavix may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes. To learn more about Jurnavix, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit Jurnavix.com.
Fanatic Sportsbook makes every baseball game day this season hit harder. Swing for the fences with long ball jackpots. Just pick the player who hits the longest homer of the day to win a share of $50K in fan cash. Every day brings a new shot to win. Customers also get baseball profit boosts every game day. And your bets earn you fan cash, win or lose. To spend on merch, tickets, exclusive experiences, and more. Go deep this baseball season and download Fanatic Sportsbook today for the best baseball betting experience each and every game day. Fanatic Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MyReset. CT call 888-789-7777. MA call 800-327-5050. NY call 877-8-HOPE-NY. MD visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Talk sports after hours with Tommy Lugauer, 7 to midnight. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash here on the Fan. Another hour to play with, and the Carton Show comes up your way from Florham Park, New Jersey. Tiki's used to that area. Jet Camp A fun Jets show where Breece Hall, Aaron Glenn will join. It was a rough day for the Jets starters, including Geno Smith. But nonetheless, some good interviews, some good fun coming up from Jet Camp in about an hour. Speaking of remote shows and doing a little travel, I'll start to do this. I hear the ads playing on the station in 2 weeks on August 28th, a Friday. 2/3 of the show, Tiki will be off, but Evan and I think Jerry Recco is going to join us as well. We are headed to Long Island, the Salt Shack from 10 to 2. It's free parking all day. Cedar Beach, Long Island, not far. A beach I grew up going to as a child. So a bit of a coming home show for me. And Tiki, as far as I'm concerned, I've made enough of these trips to Jersey for remote shows. I'm more than happy to basically go 7 minutes door to door to a show. But if you're out on Long Island, want to come by, hang with me, Evan, Jerry, Surfside, going to be there. Super Light, that product. Big Surfside, end of summer beach bash. 10 to 2, Salt Shack, Friday, August 28th. You guys want us to do more shows on Long Island? Come see me. Come see me and Evan. We'll have some fun.
They'll
Tiki
show
will
up.
be missed. Yeah, they'll show up. They'll show up. They might be chanting my name too loud for Evan to hear. Everybody loves me there. No, I'm just kidding. Either way, a lot of fun. I did catch some flack last night, though, Tiki, from a lot of people, including LaPresti when he walked in. Look, I start to get weird tendencies on at the end of August or mid-August, and that is, all right, I'm into the baseball. When I got to find off nights, I start getting the table set for football.
Mm-hmm.
I start throwing out football movies, Tiki. So last night, I'm home. I got no wife. My kids slept at my parents. So what else would you do but sit there and watch the Blue Jays and Red Sox, the Mets and Pirates, and find a football movie? So you ever eat something, you don't like it, and you know your taste buds change every couple of years, so you're like, oh, maybe I like it now. All right, use that, okay? Rudy is a movie like for me. Every time I watch Rudy, I walk away going, this is one of the worst movies. And everybody loves Rudy. And I think
they love the story.
They love the story. And so I think there's a lot of people who love Notre Dame football because, whatever, their last name was McGilligan, so they feel like they need to root for the Fighting Irish. So it had been a couple of years, and I'm flipping through last night, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, oh, True TV, Rudy's about to start. You know what? I'm mature. I'm going to be 40. Let's give Rudy another whirl. Tiki, I wanted to poke my eyeballs out with a toothpick. And
Did you last the whole movie?
I lasted the whole movie because I had to see this thing. It is one of the biggest dog slop, worst productive movies I've ever seen. The acting's horrendous. I had to stop, pause, and rewind a Sean Astin scene that I commented over last night because I wanted people to understand what I mean when I say Rudy sucks. Let's hear this scene of Sean Astin faking a phone call.
The dialogue in this movie is atrocious. One of the most overrated movies in American history.
This is the real thing. I'm gonna be on the sidelines, in uniform.
Come on. Fake sigh.
Frank, I never asked you for anything in my life.
Oh.
Promise me you'll be on that bus tomorrow.
Oh, this is like high school play-like. He's talking to nobody, clearly.
Frank.
Can't act.
I want you to be there too.
Sean Astin, come on, man.
Please.
You make money on signings of this. That is brutal. That's just brutal acting.
It is the most brutal acting in the world. So, Tiki, am
Sean
I nuts?
is a good guy. I met him one time at the New York.
He's a great guy. I met him at Radio Row.
At the New York Marathon. He was awesome.
I'm not saying he's a bad guy. But here's the thing. If you're out there and you love Notre Dame, you don't also have to love... Like, you could love the New York Giants and not love Little Giants, the movie. I still don't get what you people see in Rudy.
It's the story. It's the underdog story.
Okay, but the end of the story, can we tell it better?
Yeah.
The movie sucks. It is like watching like a Lifetime daytime
in the movie.
movie.
He gets on the field, right? And
Yeah,
he, and
at
he
the
makes
end.
a play, that didn't actually happen, right?
No, apparently the whole story's a farce, from what I gather. Believe me, I got plenty of that in my app mentions. But I'm not the bad guy here. Don't get on me for being the bad guy. You don't have to love something because everybody told you your whole life it's awesome. Watch Rudy in 2026, then watch Project Hail Mary and tell me Rudy's a great movie.
Yeah, but you got to compare it to sports
Okay,
movies.
it's not Any Given Sunday.
Or Remember the Titans. Talked about last week.
No, it's not. It is.
Is it Rocky?
Rocky's better, and I
You're
haven't
saying
seen
something,
Rocky.
because-
I know Rocky's better. I haven't seen Rocky cover to
Right.
cover. That movie sucks, and I'm telling you right now. You want to get prepped for football season? Don't give Rudy.
That sounds like a Cinco de Luncho to me.
The worst
football movies.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful because some of them are telling a sensitive story.
True.
Some of the worst ones.
True.
You know, I can't be putting Brian's song on there.
No.
But Rudy, Guys, you got to come back to me. Just because your grandpa was Irish doesn't make it like it.
CeeLo had a problem with
CeeLo goes, not for nothing. I usually don't fall for your little tricks there where you try to. I go, what trick? I'm giving you an honest opinion. The trick is telling me the movie's good. That's a trick. That's one of the greatest tricks of all time. People fell for the fact this movie's good. And he was like offended that I didn't like Rudy. Get lost. Honestly, the movie sucks. So that's where I have it. Honestly, Rudy's worse than the Yankee lineup. And that's hard to do. 888-808-1019. Get you set for football season. All right, Mario in Long Beach. Mario, what's up?
Mario, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up,
Great
Mario?
show as always.
Thank you.
Yeah, just a little thing like talking like a Jaxson Dart and everybody else. We got to slow down. Guys played 7 games, and you're trying to say what his career going to be like.
12 games.
Yeah.
Did he play 12?
Yeah, I don't know why everybody thinks he played 7, Mario. He played 12 games.
I don't. Yeah, 12 games. I mean, it's the same thing the Jets were doing when Rodgers came in. We're going to make it to the Super Bowl. I was saying, wait a minute, as a Jets fan, I'd be happy if we make it to the playoffs. Let's get one
But I don't
step
think
at a time.
Giant fans are thinking that he's making it to the Super Bowl. I think in time, maybe he can, if he grows into an elite quarterback, they can get to a Super Bowl. But I don't think that's the expectation right now.
Yeah, I actually think fans, Mario, I actually think Giant fans are, for the first time in a long time in New York sports, mentally well when it comes to Jaxson
They're
Dart.
properly measured as it pertains to the expectation.
Guys, I want to tell you one thing before you let me go. You got to look at this YouTube video. It's called Major League Baseball Zero Effort Plays.
Wow.
It's about 11. It's about 11 minutes. It shows people not hustling. Do you know? I watched it for 11 minutes. There was one person that was on there 3 times, and it's a New York player. Guess who it was?
Currently,
Juan Soto.
Juan Soto. Yep.
Wow. All right, Mario. Mario just wanted to find a way to get one more spot shot in there. Juan Soto's the Mets win without him. And away we go. By the way, Mario is a Cowboy fan, right?
Yes.
Isn't that the original one I screamed at? I think it was. So he's already, you could tell. See, the Cowboy fans are on edge. Can't possibly bring up the Dart beat the Cowboys, by the way, week 18. And was beating Dak Prescott before it got brought out. Joe in Staten Island. Joe, what's up?
Hey, guys. You guys, George will be spinning in his grave right now. You guys forgot the greatest Yankee season, the greatest interim manager ever, 1978. Bob Lemon takes over in July, down 10 games. Yanks come back. They sweep them in. Yeah, Bucky Dent. They Boston Massacre in September. They swept them in 4 games.
Joe, I agree. It's an atrocious job by Rosenberg. He should have been all over that.
How'd you miss that one, Rosie?
Paulie, come on, man. Thank you, Joe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry Paulie insulted you.
Other guys made the list. I couldn't have Lemon on there.
Over Brooks Robinson? Who would you put on there? Larry Robinson?
Yeah, I mean, Bob Lemon, I'm just reading the history now. He was the manager of the White Sox to start that season.
Yeah.
He was the White Sox manager, got fired in June. So early in the season, he gets fired. Then he replaces Billy Martin on July 24th, and then he wins the championship.
That's amazing.
Bob could have been on there instead of Rich Bisaccia. That's fair.
And they beat the Dodgers.
Yeah. It's just, it's shameful. You let somebody else do the Cinco besides me, and it's just a mistake after mistake. It's what happens.
At least you're not getting him in your mentions today.
That's why I love it, by the way.
I mean, thankfully, nobody knows who I am, so I don't have mentions, so I'm good.
You know me, Paul. I would have never left Bob Lemon off that list.
Never
you
would have left Bob Lemon.
Nah.
Never heard of Bob Lemon in your life.
I did. By the way, this is why I always preface, in my lifetime. That's my cover story. Yeah. In my lifetime. Richie in Queens. Richie, what's up?
Hey, how are you? What is your issue with that movie? I have seen so many worse movies than that. Rudy.
What did I? That doesn't mean that there aren't also bad movies. I just gave you an issue. The acting's terrible, Richie.
He's asking. I thought it was decent. And by the way, Teak, that did happen. He got carried off the field.
Yeah.
He did play the last play of the game.
But why do people say it's fraudulent, the story?
Richie, a lot of it is fraudulent. The fact that when they went in and they protested and they threw the jersey and said, if he doesn't play, we're going to, we don't want to play. That was not true. But the fact is he did try to get through all those years. And I thought some of the scenes with the tackling were very good. Tiki would know better than me.
Yeah.
I thought that was fairly realistic.
Yeah, the action was okay.
I thought that, and I love the music. So, I wouldn't, certainly you're entitled to your opinion. I mean, but I wouldn't say
Richie, listen, I gave it another go. Gave it another go. I thought it sucked.
I think you should work to your 50 and then watch it again.
All right.
Hey, real quick, how about there were a couple of things. The running backs are like making a comeback here.
Yeah,
as far as money.
Big time.
It's like the first baseman. They can't have. Who cares about a first baseman? And Alonso proves that he gets 40 and 100 every year. And you look at Taylor and Robinson and the money that they get, and obviously Gibbs. But with the Mets, real quick, I want to see positives with him. I don't like what I'm seeing with Tristan Scott and McLean. I just don't. I know they're winning games, but every lousy team wins games. I want to see a foundation for their pitching staff. And still questions, obviously, the bullpen. Can Senga be a closer? He's got the stuff. And with the Giants guys, real quick, I am excited. I just got my game. I'm going to game 4. I'm hoping they're 2-1. I want to see them beat the Cowboys, Shawnee. Yep. And if they can do that, it's a springboard. I think Hood is going to be in the secondary. I think he's going to make that. I think their linebackers are going to be much better, obviously, with Reese. And with Carter, we don't need warning track power, pressures, and hurries. I need sacks from him. Right. If they can do that, I think they're going to be good, guys.
Yeah, Richie, look, I'm optimistic. I'm super excited about Orville Reese. You brought up Colton Hood, and I don't know how Tiki feels about this. I kind of think the Giants won't, and nor should they, start him those first 2 weeks. I think you can work him in. But you don't want to throw him to the Wolves out there versus a receiving core with Pickens and Lamb and then Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. I think you let either a Banks, a Newsome, or even an Adebo kind of falter those first 2 weeks and then kind of give him a soft landing spot with Tennessee and Arizona. I don't know how you feel about Colton Hood.
No, I think it's the one question mark. It's only because nobody separated themselves yet.
Right.
You're not seeing this guy is making plays all over the field, making great plays each and every practice, and he's solidifying or stamping himself into that specific role. You haven't gotten that yet from the Giants secondary. So if there is one place where you're nervous, that's where it is, especially in the NFC East because there's so many great receivers here.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And again, the start of that schedule is brutal. Here's the thing. Colton Hood is not exactly having – he's not having a bad camp, but he's not having like the Jaxson Dart camp from a quarterback perspective last year where you just knew like, oh my God, he's turning a lot of heads. He's been fine. He's been good, but nothing separating to make you rush and go start Colton Hood to start. And rookie corners generally struggle anyway.
Right.
Christine in Queens. Christine, what's up?
Hey, Christine. What's up?
Hi, Tiki. I'm sorry. I didn't hang up on you before. I just lost you.
Oh, it's okay.
Christine.
All right. So I just want to make a point about George Lombard's number. I think he should keep it, and here's why. In 96, Jeter came up, correct?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
96, we started our dynasty.
95, he came up. McMonagle thinks he came up in 95.
I
But his first
understand
year.
that. He
His
came
first
up,
year.
But,
Yeah,
but
right.
his first year, and he doesn't play if Tony Fernandez doesn't break his arm.
True.
Right.
Okay?
So you like
So
96
Lombard
because of
doesn't
the...
get
Yeah.
Yes. Lombard doesn't get called up because Volpe stinks and Caballero stinks.
Okay. But
And by the way, I'm sick of Caballero.
I like Caballero, Christine, but here's the problem with the 96 Jeter reference. Do you want Lombard to have to be compared to Jeter even more than he already is by putting 96 on his back?
But I just think he should keep the number. That's all.
I'm surprised, Christine. You strike me as somebody who would hate the big, number at the back end of the alphabet there.
I don't like it, but there's nothing left, so let's keep it.
Well, I mean, there could be some left, a little bit low.
Look what it did. Look what it did for Aaron Judge.
Well, I mean, Shaun and I were talking about this in the break. It fits him somewhat because he's a big player. Like he's long. It doesn't look odd on him. I think if you're smaller, that number just it doesn't fit you.
True.
I think it can fit him
because he's tall.
Because he's tall and he's rangy and it feels like if he has a great season with 96, all athletes are superstitious in one way or another. Even those that tell you that they aren't, they're superstitious. And so if he has a great season and helps the Yankees do whatever they do this year, then emotionally you could be tied to it. And especially because, I mean, people are starting this. We started it. Like it's talked about. So when he changes his number, if he changes to 14, like you said, it becomes available and he changes to 14, then and he has a bad season, in your mind you're going to say, man, I should stick with 96.
I guess that's true.
So I just don't know where his superstitions are. Has he even been asked about this?
He was just asked, said he showed up and it was in his locker.
I know, but subsequent to that,
I haven't heard it. No.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it. I
Somebody needs to ask him what he's going to do.
Maybe he has and he swatted down because he seems like all he cares about is the baseball, so I'll give him that. I'll say this because I did the Cinco on that last week.
Mm-hmm.
He wears 96 for another year like this. He's already the best 96 of all time in New York sports. That is not a popular
That's also
number.
not been used a lot.
No, it is not. I think Muhammad Wilkerson was the
Barry
other guy.
Cofield and Muhammad Wilkerson?
Exactly. It is such an oddball number that you just don't get. But, 96s, maybe we see a lot of those jerseys. David in Bergen County. David, what's up?
Shaun, I can't believe what you were saying about Rudy. That is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay, but by the way, I like a lot of bad movies. Can't you admit it's a bad movie?
Well,
and it's your favorite?
David, I think people feel.
Oh, not at all.
But you know what's another one like that is The Natural. The Natural
sucks too.
People hate it. I love that movie.
Oh, it's terrible.
Listen, Rudy is a movie about it's more than a football movie. It's a journey of a guy who goes against the odds.
All right, David. Can I break the tie with this? I think what you're explaining absolutely is a heartwarming story. I cannot deny the story is good. My problem is the actual movie
and
sucks.
the acting and everything else.
Yeah, it's just so cheesy. It sucks.
What's cheesy about it?
I mean, every part of all the dialogue, the entire movie's terrible. It's just the music behind it. It's daytime soap opera where they're trying to give you a production. And just when you think of good football movies like Any Given Sunday or Varsity Blues, like it neither makes you laugh nor does it make you feel like you just watched the performance of your lifetime. Let's be honest with you now. Rudy comes out today. It's right to Netflix. It's right to Amazon. It's not a theater movie. It's not a good movie, David.
You're 5'0" 100 and nothing, without a speck of athletic ability. And you're hugging with the greatest football team in the land.
Yeah, you see?
You haven't proven to yourself. You ain't never going to have it. Oh, what a great line.
That was me watching that last night.
You had to at least like that line.
It's cute.
Because that line has stood the test of time.
It has, but if that's the number one line from the movie, again, it just speaks
I mean, it is the number one line from the movie.
It's a toothpick in the eyes movie. It just is. Chris in Bayshore. Chris, what's up?
Hey, guys. A couple of things. Now, you just mentioned sports football movies. I don't know if you said it earlier. I missed you for a little while. How about the replacements with Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman?
Love it. And by the way,
that was comedy.
That's comedy, and it knew what it was.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, no, my point was about a while back you were talking Dart and Lombard.
Yeah.
As a fan of both teams, I think that, I got to say, when you watch Lombard, and I've been watching baseball for 52 years, I mean, he's got something that's kind of unique. I mean,
Thank you.
To say that when you watch that kid play, I mean, his athleticism, the way he swings the bat, everything he does is just not Volpe, not Caballero. It's just different. It's just better.
I agree. It's something. It's intangible, right, Chris?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And obviously, snapshot weeks or 2 weeks. I think all things going his way, he's going to have a tremendous career. And I think Dart shows you flashes, but you just don't have that confidence in Dart because he plays like his hair's on fire and he doesn't think anything will break on him.
Yeah, the thing,
Chris,
that Jaxson Dart has to do is just be more consistent.
Yes.
And you don't have to be great all the time. You have to be great in those moments that matter, but you have to be consistent, especially at a quarterback position. Other positions, you can get away with making mistakes. Most people won't even see it. Like those that are evaluating, breaking down film, like some of these analysts do, we'll see some of those things from the other positions. But at quarterback, you make a mistake, you see it. It's glaring.
Yep.
And so his consistency is what he needs to work on. And I think it's hard for young kids, especially young quarterbacks, because you think you can do it all. And some things you just can't, and you have to know when you can and when you can't.
I forget what time we did. It might have been last hour at 11:30, but we did, and I have the poll results now. Who will have a better legacy in New York long term? Is it going to be Jaxson Dart? Or is it going to be George Lombard? Both, two premier positions on two premier teams in this town. And right now, who do you think is winning?
It's Jaxson Dart.
Jaxson Dart with 57%. George Lombard 42%.
Barely.
57,
that's actually
43.
closer. That's closer than I thought because we haven't seen a ton of George Lombard Jr. We've seen enough that we feel confident that he has it, whatever that it is you want to define it as. Whereas we saw a lot of Jaxson Dart. Like he was a big part of what the Giants were trying to build last year, and he feels like he's the guy.
And the reason I think it's a fair comparison, or at least fun to talk about, is what we're seeing. Like what Chris just described, I think when you have like a Met fan that called earlier, was like, why are we hyping up George Lombard? And I'm not trying to be offensive. I just don't think you're truly watching George Lombard with an open mind in that way, because I think what Chris is explaining is the same way I feel, and the same way McMonagle feels, which is you just kind of know when you're watching. There's like this aura, energy, smoothness where you're like, oh.
And there's consistency in how he plays.
That's different. That just looks different than what I've been seeing. But what's ironic is this shows you out of sight, out of mind. It's exactly how I felt about Jaxson Dart, too.
Yes, true.
After watching all this quarterback, you're like, oh, that looks different. That feels different. And he made his mistakes because he's a rookie quarterback. Right. And the taking the beating stuff is something he's going to have to work on. But I kind of think both of those guys have a similar mentality in that they feel like they do stuff that looks harder than it is and makes it look easier. But like either way, Jaxson Dart's going to have his hands on the football more than George Lombard's going to have his hands on a baseball. So with that, more mistakes are probably going to be made by Jaxson Dart than probably Lombard in theory, which is going to help Lombard's case for their legacy.
No, I think you're probably right about that. But he's again, it feels like he's a consistent player, and I think because baseball's every day, you see it every day, and so it gets in. Oh, he's good. He's good with his glove. He's clutch at the plate sometimes. He takes walks. He's not chasing. He's preparing every single game like it's the most important one. And I think Jaxson Dart does that same. It's just because there are so many more opportunities for mistakes. You end up, when you critically look at it, you're evaluating them differently. It's apples and oranges, but I understand what the debate could be.
Yeah, and either way, a fun one, and hopefully two fun players for a long time between the Giants and Yankees. A full show from Jets camp coming up in about a half an hour or so. The Carton Show with Big Mac. I know Breece Hall. I know Aaron Glenn will be on the show as well.
I wonder if
guests.
They ask him about the practice that we just saw. You have to.
And that seems to be the big story.
The question about the quarterback and some of the play, sloppy play, and this first joint practice with Tampa Bay Buccaneers has got to be a topic. It has to be.
It's got to be a topic.
That's what if you're a Jet fan, that's what you're listening for.
Exactly. Geno Smith, in case you missed it, had a brutal practice the first time he faced an opponent today in the Bucs. 3 picks. He did, I think, through 2 touchdowns later on. Again, it's practice, but not a good sign. The concerns you had for Geno Smith are the concerns that existed today in their first look versus the Bucs. And Aaron Glenn has stated that the Jets will play their starters in some way, shape, or fashion coming up this Friday night. So we'll talk a little more Jets, continue to take your calls. And really, Lombard, Dart, a lot of fun, a lot on the table, and why Rudy sucks if you have those calls as well. It's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash on the Fan. And there's no better time than now to upgrade your home with Windorama's summer savings event. Save up to 40% off when you install with Windorama. Choose from top brands like Anderson Windows and Doors and Master Shield Gutter Guards. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle it all. A stress-free process from measurement to installation. And when you shop in stock inventory, they'll install in just 14 days. Visit Windorama.com and book now.
From the makers of Surfside, something new is hitting the shelves this summer. Introducing Super Light, the new Vodka Plus Aid canned cocktail inspired by classic sports drink flavors. Super Light comes in 4 of them: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. All delicious. With only 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light delivers a refreshing taste that's perfect for summer. So whether you're hitting the green, shooting hoops with friends, or soaking up the sun, Super Light is here to fuel the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books with Lucky One Sports. Quarterfinals at the Canadian Masters, and I think Spanish teen Rafa Hodar continues his incredible run. Hodar was ranked outside the top 100 in March. Now he's on the verge of the top 10. He goes up against Artur Fils, who's a top 20 player himself. But Hodar just beat him in straight sets last week at D.C., and he's seemingly getting better by the day. Hodar on the money line at minus 140. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Buzzed or high? There's no difference. It's a DUI. Never drive after drinking or using cannabis. Both skew your judgment and slow your reaction time. Call a ride, crash on a couch, just don't drive. A message from the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Hey, it's Jerry Recco. Wind Creek Bethlehem is your place for all the action. Check out the high-energy casino floor for the hottest slots and table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette. Go for high-stakes play in the poker room and enjoy tableside massages and complimentary beverage service. Experience the thrill of live dealer stadium gaming or visit the sportsbook to catch the game and place your wager. Mix things up with virtual golf at Twisted Tees or axe throwing at Angry Jacks. Fuel up at your choice of eateries like Chop House, Urban Table, and Bethlehem Barrel and Draft House. Keep the night going with live entertainment or a handcrafted cocktail. Then relax in a luxurious guest room at Wind Creek's AAA 4-Diamond Hotel. Play online anytime in the Wind Creek Casinoverse. Download it for free from the Apple or Google App Stores. Wind Creek Bethlehem, go for the W. Learn more at windcreekbethlehem.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Rideshare accident at Richmond and Platinum Avenues? Shulman and Hill Injury Lawyers won't let the insurance company take you for a ride. No one fights harder for New York. Every borough, every block. Shulman and Hill, we are New York. Get a free case review. Search Shulman and Hill Injury Lawyers.
The U.S. Open kicks off with Fan Week, Sunday, August 23rd through Saturday, August 29th. The grounds are free and open to the public, featuring top player practices, live entertainment, a silent disco, block party, and more. Plus, new this year, Fan Week begins with Arthur Ashe Kids Day on Sunday, August 23rd. Grounds entry is free, but a fan access pass is required. Register now and learn more at usopen.org/fanweek.
Hey, Salicata here for CertaPro Painters, and my wife is still satisfied by my good friends at CertaPro Painters. They work fast and clean, and if she's happy, you better believe I'm happy. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call. 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's August. The dog days of summer are here.
I wonder how Nielsen Dodge can make it better.
Have a Dog Days of Summer savings event.
That's a doggone great idea.
Now that's a good girl.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease on new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $289 a month. Yes, just $289 a month.
There's always zero down payment available.
The credit help you need.
More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals.
Hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event. With approval, term 36 months, due at sign, $69.82, add tax tag and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. New shoes, new clothes, brand new grade. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on Verizon. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
The night belongs to the fans. Join Tommy Lugauer for After Hours. Weekdays at 7. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. All right, here's what we got to catch up on the day. The NBA schedule is out. Knicks opening night, October 20th, will raise the banner versus LeBron and the 76ers. They're the second game of that day because, of course, the Pistons have to play at 3 o'clock in the afternoon versus the Celtics. Christmas Day at noon, the Knicks will host the Spurs. You'll get Wemby back in Madison Square Garden on Christmas Day. The Jets have had a rough practice. Geno Smith threw multiple picks. Just a bad scene all around. Jet practice coverage coming up 2 o'clock. The Carton Show is out at Florham Park. Plenty of great guests. Hearing Joe Tippmann going to stop by the show as well. The Yankees are back in action tonight as they open up a 3-game series versus the Mariners. It's K-pop Demon Hunters night in the Bronx.
Love it.
A little bobblehead, some fun food and all that stuff. The K-pop Demon Hunters night in the Bronx. Brian Wu versus Ryan Weathers. First pitch at 7:05 right here on the Fan. And the Mets look to stay hot in Atlanta at 7:15. It's Nolan McLean taking on Martin Perez. So a lot happening there. And today's window seat, Tiki Barber. Today's window seat is brought to you by Windorama. Save up to 40% on new windows and doors with Windorama. I am putting Trent Grisham in the window seat. Why? Well, Trent Grisham had a pretty hot day on Sunday. He had the home run. He had the double. And we need to submit to something. Trent Grisham has no business being the leadoff hitter for the New York Yankees. It is a subject that has been talked about almost ad nauseum over the last 2 weeks here. But the truth is, the Yankees don't see it that way. And Trent Grisham, to his credit, broke through and had a big game on Sunday. So why is Trent Grisham in the window seat? Well, it's pretty this simple. You know they're not making the change now.
Right.
They're not going to not have him lead off after he just had 2 hits Sunday. So go build on this. The Yankees are a better team if Trent Grisham gets hot. So Trent Grisham, go build on your day. If you're going to be basically force-fed to us in a leadoff hole, go have more days like you had on Sunday. And of course, we'll talk more Yankees and Mariners tomorrow. Oh, and in Minnesota, this is also part of the Fan Focus. Kyler Murray has already been named the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings this year.
For the year? Or
for the year.
Interesting. That's a big indictment on J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah. And a little spoiler alert, I already plan on doing a lot of J.J. McCarthy tomorrow.
Yeah.
You can imagine where I'm going with that.
Look, I'm not saying his time is over in Minnesota, but it feels like they keep bringing in quarterbacks to play instead of him. And look, maybe he just doesn't fit with what Kevin O'Connell is trying to do, or he's just not that good.
Yeah.
But Kyler Murray is just trying to salvage his next stage of his career, because it's not over by any means. He's still relatively young.
Yeah.
But him coming in and winning that job it's an indictment on JJ.
Yeah, for a guy who's called the quarterback whisperer and Kevin O'Connell to already not have him as your starter name like that, unless it's like a mental test here for McCarthy to say recovers. Either way, man, I don't know. But
I would say yes to that, but I don't think it is, because at this stage, going into your third season now, he's had a bunch of injury issues. Got hurt his rookie season, hurt last year, obviously as well. You feel like it just might not be the right fit. And I don't know what this means for J.J. McCarthy or where he ultimately ends up, but it doesn't feel like he's anywhere close to being in the Vikings' future.
And remember, his college coach he won a national championship with is coaching in the league with the Chargers. His brother does coach the Giants. Real quickly, too, I'll just throw this out there. He gets a lot of crap, and I know I've given him a lot of crap. Guys, Joe Shane flat out passed on J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah. Well, remember all the noise that was around?
Right.
I always, even in real time, and when that was coming up in that draft 3 Aprils ago, it felt like a smokescreen to me. Like, look here, but we're actually going someplace else.
Which was Malik Neighbors, right?
Right. And it obviously was the right choice. The Giants were in need of a quarterback, someone to look for their future. It wasn't J.J. McCarthy. And sometimes you need to be judged on the moves you don't make versus the ones you do. And that was one where, as a Giant fan, you got to be thankful.
I'm extremely thankful that they didn't end up there. Now, does that mean J.J. McCarthy's career is over? No. And maybe
he's still young. He still has a chance, but it looks like it's going to be elsewhere.
Little spoiler. Me and Tiki are going to talk more about J.J. McCarthy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just don't want to rush
By the way,
it in
we had this conversation earlier about Kodai Senga and whether or not he'd pitched in back-to-back games, and he hasn't, but if he's going to be the closer, he kind of has to be available. The last time he pitched an even close was back August 4th against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
He's got his mind on the NBA schedule.
The Cleveland Guardians. He pitched on the 4th against Cleveland, and then he pitched 2 days later against the Cleveland again in that series. He threw 14 pitches he threw 18 pitches in that first game, 14 in the second game. Didn't see him again until the 10th, which was yesterday. So
he went 4th, 6th, 10th.
Yeah, 4th, 6th, and then 10th. So what we're asking is, if he's going to be that kind of reliever, whether you're setup guy or your closer, he's got to be able to pitch in multiple games in short time periods. It'll be interesting to see if he gets another chance in this Atlanta series.
Yeah, look, if you want him to eventually be the closer of the team, or at least experiment with that, which the Mets should be, you got to see if he can pitch back-to-back days and then kind of build off what the rest is from there. I'd throw it back out there. Why not? Well, you have nothing to lose if you're the Mets. As much as this is a fun story and run, and you're trying to win games if you're Andy Green,
you're looking for answers.
You're looking for answers. And Kodai Senga developing as a bullpen arm could maybe be the surprise of the end of the year. And maybe it doesn't happen, but you won't know until you try.
Right.
Joe in South Carolina. Joe, 888-808-1019. What's up, man?
Hey, Joe.
Shaun and Tiki, what's up, man? Hey, you guys are talking about Rudy. I agree, man. Shaun, that's a horrible movie, man. That is so cheesy. Oh. But I have to ask you a question now, because I grew up in Connecticut as a Rams fan. Back in 1968, I became a Rams fan because I loved the helmet.
Right.
And for the longest time, when the movie Heaven Can Wait, did you guys see Heaven Can Wait? Maybe Tiki. I don't know about
never
Joe.
I don't think I've seen that one. What is that even about?
With Warren Beatty, Warren Beatty's in it.
I love Warren Beatty. He's a great actor.
Well, it's a funny comedy, but what happens is there's a young quarterback that's on the Rams, and he is on his bike, and he goes in a tunnel, and a car hits him head on.
Jesus.
That's a comedy. Wow. So, but this is the funny part. So when he gets to heaven, he's talking to the angel, and he's like, "You got the wrong guy. I'm going to win the Super Bowl with the Rams this year." So the angel's like, "You're right. I made a mistake." So he went and he put he took him. He couldn't put his body back, but he gave some rich millionaire, older fella, like his skills and everything. And he went and tried out for the Rams. He goes and he tries out for the Rams, and he wins the job at quarterback, and they win the Super Bowl. And for the longest time, as a Ram fan, I thought that would be the only Super Bowl I would ever see. And you think about it, I'm like 68 years old. So, but seriously, I would watch that movie once in a while and go, "That's what it feels like to win a Super Bowl." But of course, 99, yeah. So,
right. Joe, you actually sold me on a funny storyline. I like that.
Now I got to watch that movie. Heaven Can Wait was also a Michael Jackson song. It was more about being around for his girl. But now I got to check out that movie. I haven't seen it.
That sounds funny. There's a couple other people die but help their team movies. You ever see The Sixth Man? It's a basketball movie. Mm-mm. The twin brothers, one guy dies and he ends up basically pulling the strings on how the Washington Huskies go to the Final Four. It's a pretty funny movie.
Kind of like Angels in the Outfield.
Angels in the Outfield. Great cast. Saw that movie not that long ago, earlier in the summer with my kids. Liked it a lot. Yeah.
You never saw it before?
No. I have, but I hadn't seen it in years.
He saw it with his kids. He watched it with his kids.
Yeah, but went back. But again, that movie, that cast is unbelievable. Angels in the Outfield.
Was it Tony Danza, Danny Glover, right?
Yeah. The kid who's popular now as an adult was the kid. What's his name? Forget it. Look it up. Michael in trouble.
Hey,
what's up, guys? Big fan of the show. Shaun, I used to think you were annoying, but I like these days. It's really fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm annoying, too. I get it all the time. I just want to know.
I think everybody's annoying to an extent.
Right.
So, yeah.
I guess. But I want to say, like, I'm having a little bit of deja vu about the Lombard stuff, because I feel like I can remember you guys kind of talking about Volpe, talking him up when he first started. And I think, like, these Jeter comparisons are setting these guys up for failure. You know?
I agree.
And it's happening with Lombard now really early on. And I think a lot of Volpe's failures and struggles, even earlier on, just, you know, there was just so much pressure, right?
Yeah. No, Mike, I want to keep you on, but I think there's a little bit of a difference. I think the Volpe hype, as much as it came from the Yankees, I think we just tried to talk ourselves into it. I kind of feel like the Lombard hype is just our eyeballs going, oh, my God, this is different. And maybe it's a result of Volpe being that bad, that he just looks that much better compared to Volpe. But I do think there's a little bit of a difference. It was almost like we were waiting forever for the next shortstop, and then Volpe was the guy they picked between him and Peraza, and he started on opening day, and it was like this, you know, whatever. I don't know, man. Lombard comes up here in August, and it's different. There's just a different energy about it, even than when Volpe came up. I'm sorry.
No, I agree. I mean, he looks great. The kid looks great.
He could fail. I mean, yeah, that's all. Yeah, but
I think Volpe, I think the whole, like, marketing behind Volpe just screwed him up. You know, the Yankees wanted to sell him as a product, sell him as the next Jeter. You know, it probably sold jerseys. It did this and that. I just hope they don't do that with Lombard. It's really what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and it feels, appreciate your call, Mike. It feels like that's not the case with George Lombard. From our standpoint, it might feel similar, meaning the fan and even us on the WFAN talking about him, but it doesn't feel like the Yankees are doing that. The Yankees are just utilizing him as this prospect who they had great reverence for. He got hurt, and it's probably why he wasn't up here earlier, but you knew that he was coming up.
Yes.
And Shaun even speculated about this after the trade deadline, that he didn't come up until the trade deadline was over, because they were trying to manipulate our fan brain and say, hey, at least we got this kid who comes in and can become a piece, not a savior, but just a piece for a team that's trying to win the pennant. But at the same time, they knew he was coming.
Right.
Like they knew, even though he was hurt and rehabbing down in Tampa, that at some point he was coming up, and it happened the timing to be right after the trade deadline. And it's probably why they didn't go try to upgrade at that position, because they knew that he was going to be there. They knew from spring training how good his glove was, and they probably expect in some capacity his bat's going to be a little bit lagging what his glove is. But like, that's the skill that he has to play middle infield is something that you just see the elegance with which he does it.
Elegance, such a good
right?
word for it.
And it feels easy to him, even the hard plays. And I'm not saying he's Jeter, because Jeter was an exceptional Hall of Fame baseball player. But George Lombard has the skills to be that if he keeps working at it, if he keeps growing, and keeps evolving as a player. But it's us that are saying it. It's not the Yankees that are doing that.
And by the way, the moment George Lombard is like really established, you're going to stop saying Derek Jeter. Case in point, does anybody mention Aaron Judge next to Mickey Mantle in terms of outfielders for the Yankees, or you just talk about Aaron Judge?
Right.
Eventually you make your own name for it. It's just, you're longing for that next big thing. I'm high on Lombard. Lombard's high on himself. The Yankees are high on George Lombard. And so far to this point, he's absolutely looked the point. Rather than play let's not get too ahead of ourselves games, how about we just embrace the fact that this is a lot of fun and he's really freaking good, and if it happens to crash and burn, we'll worry about that if and when it happens. But now, I'm not going to be tepid in my optimism because I'm scared that it might fall apart. If it falls apart, it'll suck. But right now, I'm seeing somebody with my own two eyes that just plays the game of baseball differently and unstale-like compared to, the last couple of years of Yankee baseball.
Right. I think the Yankees fans are afraid that he's going to turn into Anthony Volpe.
Yeah.
Because, again, Volpe, untradeable. Cashman didn't want to move him for a top-of-the-line rotation guy, et cetera, et cetera. And they don't want that to happen, obviously, with this guy. And they're like, is this the same thing? Because it's not like Volpe had a slow start to his career, right? Like Volpe was really, really good at the beginning of his career. And I think they're, like you said, a little tepid that they don't want the same thing to happen again to this guy.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. My buddy Kyle just texted me too. Goes, I'll take a comparable to Didi before I'm comparing him to Jeets. I tell you something. I love Didi in his prime with the Yankees. We need better than Didi though.
Yeah,
we need better than Didi. Also, Evan has answered me from vacation. I texted Evan. Go just out of curiosity. George Lombard or Jaxson Dart? Who do you think has the better legacy?
Again,
in New York
he's like Rosie. He's not a Yankee fan, and he's not a Giant fan.
So he answered me originally, I'm on vacation, damn it. Which he can't. He knew he couldn't hold up because he's going to do Ricos. And he knows this.
Yeah, but he's not talking about this on the Rico.
But it's nonetheless don't tell me you're not paying attention.
I mean,
to
he
sports.
might have a Rico with a George Lombard, Carson Bench, or whoever comparison, but he's not going to talk about this.
But the point is, that's what he told me 2 hours ago. Now he has sent me an answer 2 hours later. He couldn't help himself. I knew Evan couldn't help himself. Who do you think he picked?
He picked Lombard.
Jaxson Dart.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I'd say Dart. So a guy that was kind of negative on Dart.
Is that trolling or is that?
Wow, I'll ask him. Tiki wants to know if that's trolling. So he says Jaxson Dart. He thinks Dart better career than Lombard. See, it's the Met fan in him. It's the Met. They can't help themselves.
You're listening to a New York Giants circle twerk on WFAN.
Is that him live? What the hell's that? All right, Lewis and Manhattan. Lewis, what's up?
Hey, Lewis.
Lewis, did we lose you? Lewis was going to talk.
Hey, what's up, guys?
There we go.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, it's all
Thanks
good.
for taking my call, guys. Hey, I'm going to try to be as succinct as possible with this. I will preface, I am a Mets fan. I do want to discuss the whole Lombard or Dart comparison. I do want to say I think that comparison is primarily being driven by the fact that in either position, there hasn't been real competent play, right?
Great point.
And I say that because, Shaun, you brought up Didi. I'm glad you brought up Didi because the Yankees haven't had a legitimate shortstop at that position since 2018. Didi had a WAR of 5 that year, right?
Yeah.
And just to rattle off some names since then, Torres got moved over. That didn't work out.
That's right.
IKF, right? Didn't work out. Obviously, Volpe didn't work out, unfortunately.
Peraza also didn't work out. Yep.
Peraza didn't work out. Now we have Lombard. So I'm not sure, and I'll get to the quarterback portion of this too, but I'm not sure if it's really Lombard or is it because we just haven't seen competent play in that position.
Yeah, and it's certainly been the same with the Giants. Yeah, it's the same. Go ahead.
Right. Exactly right. So with the Giants, obviously, Tiki, love you. You're the man.
Thank you.
I bleed blue. Giants, Eli was it, right? 2018 Eli, ranked top 10 in QBR, right? Ended that year at 92.4. Top 10. And since then, we've had, a carousel of QBs, and just to name some random ones, Tim Boyle, Drew Lock, Matt Barkley, Tyrod Taylor, who's a very competent backup quarterback, but was
and Jaxson
played 11
Dart,
games in 2023.
He wasn't your
right?
answer.
Davis Webb.
But
Davis Webb.
Lewis, I get your point, though, but the problem is Jaxson Dart's ceiling to the eye test, just like George Lombard, it looks higher. Now, if your point is...
But he is right. I mean, Lewis's point was dead on.
That we've seen all this crap, that we see something that's not crap, and we're like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing.
Yes.
But I think there's probably...
But we also thought Volpe was that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is, again, I think I have my blinders on, because I never felt that way about Volpe in his rookie year. I was like, okay, I see the promise, I see what they're doing, but I don't remember being overly excited even with him winning the Gold Glove. Like, I don't remember myself ever going through a week of Anthony Volpe being this freaking giddy like I am with George Lombard. Now...
But you were that giddy with Jaxson Dart.
I was. Absolutely. I still am, which is why I'm bringing up the comparison between the two. I don't know. You're right. Like, the Yankees have seen a lot of crap at shortstop. And I think that I've at least established a good enough track record that the last time I felt this way about a Yankee wasn't even Ben Rice. It was Cam Schlittler after his first start.
Right.
And I sat there with you
and
and
then
I said,
he proved it in the postseason.
That's a kid you don't trade. You proved it in the postseason. I just think certain guys, when they finally get on the field, they have the chance to develop and get better. But there's certain guys you just know. And it just feels like George Lombard, now watching him week. He's a guy who just knows. And by the way, it's baseball. He's going to go through a slump. He's going to eventually make an error. But I think that he's already built enough equity that we shouldn't panic until it's time to panic.
And it's the position, too. I think that him being the shortstop of the Yankees, and you mentioned the name earlier, Didi Gregorius is probably a top 3 Yankee shortstop in their history.
Well, we got Rizzuto, you got Jeter, Bobby Mercer.
My point is he's a top 5, and so there really haven't been a lot of like top quality Yankee shortstops.
Yeah, and the ones that have it usually hold it down for a long time.
Yeah.
All right, real quickly, Wolf and Scotch Plains. Wolf, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
All good.
What's going on, Wolf?
Long time suffering idiot Jet fan over here. So imagine my surprise when I open up my computer this morning and I see that Eugene Glassjaw Smith has already thrown 3 interceptions to start off training camp.
Happy football season,
these
Wolf.
joint practices. I'll tell you, man, I just want to know when it's going to end. This guy, last week, you got this clown, Frank Wright, coming out telling everybody how great Gino looks. He looks young. He looks nimble. He looks fantastic. And Gino basically makes him eat his words today. I just want to know when it's going to end, man.
Week 18.
Gino's not getting this.
Thanks, Wolf. Week 18 is the
They've been in
best.
the abyss for 55 freaking years.
It's the best answer I have for you. Week 18. Perfect call to take going up into our next show here.
Yeah, you should have called Craig and Big Mac.
Wolf's got the Jet fans all fired up. When is it going to end? It's 4 weeks until week 1. He wants to know, when is it going to end? All right, the Carton Show is coming up next, live from Florham Park and the Jets facility. Plenty of great guests. I know Breece Hall, Aaron Glenn on that list. The Carton Show with Big Mac getting your Jet fix ready after a rough scrimmage, or at least joint practice for the Jets. Tiki and I will be back tomorrow. A little Yankee baseball to recap and plenty more football to go as we start building you up to that NFL season. Thank you, Paulie Rosenberg. Thank you to everybody on the phones. Rudy sucks. We'll see you tomorrow.